Hello.
I could put this in my vampire. Oh, yours is so much prettier. I like yours.
Pretty.
You can't see it, but it's got a glitter effect to it.
I can see it. Like, at least I can tell it has the shine.
The 20 is the set symbol.
Yeah, mine's just a spider.
What does yours look like? Yours is
or
pretty.
a web. Yeah, but his is cooler.
It has Aang on it.
Yeah, I just like the color combo. I don't like red and blue. That's why I didn't really care about Spider-Man. But we're hoping for Hopi. And if we don't, it's fine. I just go to Martin's.
Oh, I have to open at least one of these my promo card.
What? So I have 2 of these white ones. What makes those different?
The one has a promo card in it.
The white ones always have a promo card in it?
They have 1 promo card in it. Mine is Momo.
That's
Momo!
cute!
Wait.
A promo.
That's so pretty.
Okay. I have 2 white ones, though.
Yeah, so one is normal lands and one are foil lands. The foil land one have the promo in it. I don't care about the other one. Now these lands are
radioactive
pretty.
spider.
All full art lands are really pretty.
I'm gonna.
Opera flying in all of them, and I love it.
I'm gonna go into my room so that it's darker. There we go. My room in Heartopia.
Wait, you're in Heartopia?
It's so blurry. My camera's not very good.
Why is everyone playing Heartopia, Alyssa?
It's really good.
It's good.
These lands are so pretty.
Yeah, mine are pretty too.
Oh, cute.
It reminds me of those early 2000s chat rooms where you could just like hang out with people and explore the world and chat.
Yeah, I never played those.
Oh, the game.
Yeah, Heartopia.
I was also confused. Shady, don't worry.
All right, whenever you're ready, I'm ready for the first pack.
Oh, what are these?
Excuse me.
What is that?
Probably more land.
What the fuck is Oh, it's how to. Oh, it's how to play the game. That's cute. Oh. Oh, these are just lands.
Where did you get Pumpkin for your first
but they'll be Spider-Man.
Oh, I got radioactive spider, which is fine.
Shiny.
That's cool. I mean, it's a green.
Well, it said it on the box. I already knew what it was gonna be.
Yeah, mine was Momo. I just wanted to pull them.
What if they had an Uma magic set?
Oh my god, I could see it now.
I mean, they're doing a bunch of collabs. Like
they?
The next few sets are gonna be Universes Beyond. I'm pretty sure.
You go first, Zilla.
Okay. Oh, come here.
Hi, Arctic. I'm watching Pumpkin and Zilla with their magic cards. And waiting for my bug event.
Trying to see where the rare is.
He's playing the drug game.
You're playing the drug game?
Did you guys see the new friend swap game?
What?
The new friend swap game?
What is it?
You play as reporters during like a alien invasion.
I saw that, yeah.
And you
Isn't
go
that the same as that where you were a reporter in that?
So
I forgot what it's called.
If it's the same for you, Pumpkin, my rare is not counting the token, taking the token off the back, bring the back 2 cards to the front, and then your back card would be a rare.
I'm sorry. You want me to
Let's
finger
play
my
the drugs
cards?
game.
1
I don't know what to do right now,
No.
though. Do I get on the right
The back card's going to be a
The
token.
drugs game?
Okay, the back card is a token. Oh, I'm looking at the token. Okay, that's a token. It's a spitter. It's Octoman. It's his little octo tentacles.
Yeah, I've played that.
And then if you pull the back 2 to the front, your rare would be at the back.
The back 2 to the front.
Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi trying to get something.
It's a fucking vehicle.
I love Chi-Chi.
Oh,
I can make earthbending. I think I can make an earthbending deck.
Hell yeah.
I have
Did you get
earthbending
Toph?
lesson. Not yet.
No.
Not
yet.
And then I got a dual land. It's a tap land, so it's nothing crazy. I wonder if I can.
Oh my god, that's wonderful.
No, that's bad.
Deadpool can headshot with his swords.
That's crazy.
I just found that out.
Yeah, they made that. What?
Just should get back on
existed.
Heartopia just
Oh,
to make more money.
cute!
But like
got the
my
platypus
hot
bear.
water bottle is on my back
Platypus
and it's so
bear.
freaking relaxing. Oh, hot water
I got a
bottle.
fucking mana dork.
Like a
That's
heating
pretty
pad,
cool.
but it's like a water pack. Interesting.
Zuko Exile Prince.
Zuko!
Now let's see what my rare is. No shot.
No way.
I got Avatar Aang.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's the fucking. That's the good one too.
That's
Are they shiny?
awesome.
No, this one's not shiny.
Mine's shiny. My vehicle is shiny.
My shiny was my land, and then my earthbending lesson. Those are my shinies.
Wait.
Ugh.
Wait, how do you tell which one is the rare? I think I fucked up.
So the little icon next to like legendary creature. So here.
The
Yeah,
set
point at
symbol?
Yeah, the name and then the set symbol.
Yeah.
The set symbol, if it's gold, it's rare. If it's red, it's mythic.
Oh, okay. I did not do this right. Okay, which one is the rare one? Oh, I think I know which one is the rare. Nope.
It's
Nope.
usually the near the
Nope.
back.
Oh, this is my symbiote Spider-Man.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I got a couple ones cool. I got Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider Kane, which is pretty cool. But this is my shiny. It's just the Spider-Mobile.
Fuck yeah.
It's shiny.
It's
I like the
shiny.
ones. Masha, I feel like you should tell Pumpkin to be
Professional wrestler.
nicer to me. Within 10 seconds of hearing my voice, she asked me to say British things.
Oh, hell yeah, I did. I needed to know how British he was. He's pretty fucking British. He's more British than Boffy.
Yeah.
Look at it's a spider squirrel.
Oh,
I'm
fuck
sorry,
yeah.
Arctic.
What does it say? What's its name?
Masked Meower. Oh, is it a cat? Oh, it's a
Okay.
cat! That's so... He's covered in bubbles. The fuck? Oh, he literally, like, shoots webs. That's terrifying. That's scary.
I shoot webs too, if you know
He
what I
has
mean.
haste. Neither criminals nor veterinarians had much luck pinning down the uncatchable spider cat. That's funny.
Spider cat.
I
Spider
hope you get
suit.
the all-white Venom. That's like-
Carnage? No, not Carnage.
No,
An-
it's
anti-
Venom, but... No, it's Venom, but he costs like 8 mana, but most of it's white mana. He's really good.
So, Venom, anti-Venom.
It's just Venom, but the color cost is what I'm saying.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Yeah, it's all white, plus like 3 to 4 generic. He's really good.
Maybe. I have a lot of shit in here. Okay, go again. Go.
I fucked this pack up, damn.
He said Wanka, and I fucking died. It was so funny.
Dragon token. Fuck. Got a dragon token of firebending.
Cool.
Pretty
Human
cool.
Citizen, you'll never believe who I saw swing by this morning. Ha 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 ha! Flip.
1, 2, okay.
I wish there was a card that just said flip.
I'm sure there is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got a... My shiny is a firebending soldier.
Oh, fancy.
Oh, I got the sick-ass swamp, too.
Keep all my Spider-Man together. Oh, that's cool.
Dope-ass swamp.
Oh, mine was Savage Mansion for my... It's a... It's not fire. Is that mountain? Mountain and...
Oh, fuck yeah, I got lightning strike. I got lightning strike.
Ooh! Is that
Nice.
Azula?
It is.
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
Cool. Let me
That's
see. Let
good.
me see close. Fucking love Azula. Awesome.
You could literally just...
And then I
make a
got
spider.
Azula right after the black version.
Oh, Azula
Doc
always
Ox.
lies.
Oh, I didn't show you. I got Doc Ock Signature Scientist in the last one too, by the way.
Waterbending lesson. I got the glider kids. That's funny. There are 2-3? That's crazy. Otter penguin!
Cute.
He's so cute!
Oh, you... Oh, sorry. Look at this. Oh, look at this one.
That's sick. I do like those arts. I will say that your
Yeah.
set
Ooh,
has
that's
better
really
art
cool.
than mine.
Oh shit, nice one.
I didn't
Pumpkin.
realize I thought it was just an art card. It's a sorcery.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got the Kyoshi Warriors.
Nice.
Yes! Feed the swarm.
Master Fernando. Oh, I got the White Lotus Hideout. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool.
Element of any color. Spin this only for a lesson or shrine.
Oh my god, no fucking way.
Master
That's
Paku. Okay.
oh, that's cool.
Yo, I got Uncle Iroh. We cooking. We cooking.
Yes! What is he? He's a legendary creature. Oh my god,
Yeah.
would he be a good commander?
He costs 3. He's a 4/2, firebending 1. So when this creature attacks, add 1 red mana, and then lesson spells cost 1 less. It's not bad.
It's
He'd be
not
good for like a
bad.
lesson deck.
Yeah.
See what my rare pull is.
Earthen ally.
No, I mean, 0/2. This creature gets 1/0 for each color among allies I control, so I can put him in the Aang deck if I really wanted to. Earthbend 5, but I have to pay 7 mana to Earthbend 5. Yeah, that's kind of dog shit.
Jesus.
No.
Everything else wasn't bad.
They did this man dirty. You know Peter's friend that he rooms with?
Which one?
The
In the first
yeah.
one?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, he's like the same. I mean, he's like the same guy every time, isn't he?
Well, sure, but like,
He's the same, isn't he?
He's a guy.
yeah, he's a guy.
Oh, I thought it was the same character every time that he rooms with in all the movies.
In the Tom Holland ones, yeah.
That's sad. Okay, well then, this guy, his name is literally Guy in the Chair.
Yeah, because in the first movie, he's like, I can be your guy in the chair.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, those are a good reference. Venom's Hunger, which is pretty cool. I like the
That's
art
pretty
on
cool.
it. Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
That's the art you got on the thing you got.
Yeah,
You
on
know,
the
I
poster.
don't think we're gonna get the
Yeah.
second goal.
the little
Uh,
poster you got with the comic panel.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it is the same one. Oh, that's funny. City Pigeon.
City Pigeon. That's pretty
City
funny.
Pigeon. Beetle. Legacy Criminal.
Oh, cool.
Electro Bolt.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. This one's. Oh, I thought that was Mechanical Mobster. What the fuck is this? Horoscope Research Team.
Nah.
Eh.
What
This
is it
one.
called?
Horoscope research. team?
Horoscope.
Oscorp?
Oscorp.
Oh, okay.
Oscorp Research Team. Gallant Citizen.
Fuck yeah. He
It's-
is a citizen.
It's giving Helldivers. When this creature enters, draw a card, whatever.
Oh, we did it. Okay.
Shocker Unshakable. This one's cool looking a little bit.
I do
I
like the
remember
art.
this.
That's pretty cool.
It's just the Earthquake Man. Shocker has first strike. Ooh, this one's cool. Secret
Okay.
Identity. I like the art.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Ooh, is that Penny? I
Is
got
it Penny?
Penny.
Oh, you got Penny Parker.
Hey,
I got
there.
Penny Parker, and the art's really cool.
Mhm.
You got Vigilance, too.
Vigilance. When SP Doctor enters,
It's
put a 1/1
A
counter.
doctored spider.
Oh, it's fucking yeah. But look at the literally. Okay,
That's
look
how
how
it's
it's
Yeah,
fucking
it's just the
set.
way
This
that
was
they put the.
That's
That's how
silly.
it's. That's how it's
That's how-
spelled in Marvel
not in
Rivals
the
too.
game. It's not
Yeah,
in the
it is.
game. No.
Yes, it is.
No, you're wrong.
That's the name of her robot.
No, you're okay. Maybe yeah, maybe. This one's cool.
Only
Oh, this
believes
skin
if I
is in the
throw it.
game. Iron Spider Stark upgrade.
Oh yeah, the Iron Spider-Man
It's
suit.
the yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
That one's kind of cool. That would be really cool, shiny, but it's not shiny. Oh god. Swarm being of bees.
Hell yeah.
Fucking.
He can be your
bees.
commander.
He could. Insect flash flying mayhem. What's mayhem do?
I think Mayhem's like a buyback cost.
Lake.
Apart from your graveyard,
Is this
yeah.
a lake?
In a forest. That's not Spider-Man. You're not going. Well, you're shiny, so you get to go there. Oh, God, this is gonna take forever. Maybe I'll just show the cool ones. I'm just gonna show the cool ones.
That's what I'm doing. Anything
Oh,
that's
okay.
cool or of interest is what I'm showing.
Oh! I'm not waiting. Look at this one. Kapow!
Kapow! Look at this copy I got. It's
That's
from the
funny.
fucking play
That's
that they did.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
That's so fucking hilarious. Alright, 2 from the back.
Gar's on the wrong side. It is not on the wrong side!
Bruh. Venom, Evil Unleashed.
Oh, I just got a fucking board wipe.
Look at the whip!
The whip.
Oh, that one's pretty. Oh, it's your art on your
Yeah,
thingy.
it's a board wipe.
Oh, that's great.
Then I got a fucking planes. Whatever.
I can't believe we got Thwip. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. If it's a spider, you gain 2 life. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Doc Ock. You can make a whole Doc Ock deck, which is pretty fun.
Badger mole!
Badger mole.
I got a badger mole.
Oh! Secret tunnel! Steel wrecking ball. Just Spider-Man throwing a massive ball at your face.
I got another Momo!
Momo! That's a different Momo, isn't it?
It is a different Momo.
Nice. Deal 5 damage to target creature. Get
Jet
the fuck out of my
brainwashing.
face.
Purple.
Crazy card.
Purple.
What the fuck? Who is that? Is that?
That's Jet.
Oh my God.
Jet's
Fuck that
brainwashing. Ooh.
Oh, I got Mechanical Mobster again. Whatever.
You got Katara.
Six.
That's an anime.
Ooh,
card.
Katara.
Pretty.
Pretty.
Oh my God. Pumpkin bombardment. It's me.
I got the
It's
cabbage
you.
merchant.
It was meant to be.
That's fantastic. My cabbage. I'm so glad that that's the text.
Yeah, that's his fucking flavor text.
That has to be my cabbages.
Oh, I love that.
Rare is.
South Pole Voyager. That's kind of cool.
This
Pumpkin,
creature
your
another
wheat is
ally
ready.
rolls a back poker in my life. Second time this ability
Okay.
draws right. That's not bad, honestly. That's honestly pretty good. I'm putting all my commanders that I can possibly have aside.
This is Pumpkin's
Clicking all the
house.
Spider-Man.
This is Pumpkin.
Hi.
This is Pumpkin's giant teddy bear. This is her
Guy,
penguin seat that she
I'm
can't
so
really
glad
even
it's
sit
massive.
on.
Yeah, I don't think you can sit on it. I think it's a bed for a cat.
Oh.
Yeah, which is why it's so low to the ground.
Okay.
Which I think or a
This
dog.
house next to you is crazy.
What? The ugly ass pink one? Oh no, I'm in a new instance now. I forgot that I left.
No, this like made of. Oh my god, it's like a mansion.
Don't wait on me, Zilla.
Okay. We had a guy in our instance earlier whose house, quote unquote, was a village that he made.
Meshi, did you see the one I posted
wanna
earlier
make one
today?
of
That was
those.
like a fucking magnificent looking, like it looked like Elsa's house.
Yeah, like a frosty. Yeah.
Yeah, shit was beautiful.
Did you post it in gaming? Me and Zilla went around judging houses. We broke into someone's house. Oh yeah, I always break
That
into
we did.
people's-
That was a good time.
I always break into people's houses. Gosh, I can't talk.
Always.
Like
I
they
can't-
locked the door and we had to jump up on their roof to get to their balcony to get
They
inside their house.
locked the door. I don't understand people like that. Don't you want people to see your like work that you did?
Exactly. You worked so hard on it. Let me see it.
Yeah, let's see it.
And then I sat in the bathtub until they came back and saw me.
Wait, the flowers don't go in the flower boxes? In the boxes?
No.
Oh my god,
There's
I
no on the
waited
ground.
to plant these because I thought they...
No, they go in
Fuck.
the
I
ground.
gotta grab a root troop as my shiny.
Oh, cute! Oh, I love those fuckers.
It's got landfall, which is nuts.
How do I...
Great
I
day.
fucked up. Actually, how do I
Creature's
pick up the
flying?
flower?
That's nuts.
How do you pick up the flower? You have to go in build mode, I think.
Ooh, look at this mountain.
Oh, Appa! That's really pretty. I like that
All
one
of
a
the
lot.
full have opera flying over them, which is really, really cute.
That's cool.
Sabertooth, firebending lesson.
Oh, but I can't recall it. That sucks.
Hog monkey.
What'd you call me?
A hog monkey. It's an ally. I could do an ally deck. I'm getting so many
Did you
allies.
open all your packs already?
No.
No, Mashi told me my flowers
I
were done.
just said
Or my
her
wheat was
wheat's
done.
done.
With Kingdom Soldier. Sokka's Haiku. Counter target spell, draw a card, then mill 3 cards, untap target land.
My beloved.
Wait,
Ditto.
counter target spell. Draw a card, then mill 3 cards,
It's definitely
untap
a
target
haiku.
land. It's a haiku. They actually made it a haiku.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
That's so funny.
I like that.
Suki!
Suki, 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 Suki.
Number of creatures you control when they attach, create a 1/1. Okay. Suki deck is really tasty. Fatal Fissure. Earth Kingdom Protectors.
I don't want to
and
go to your fucking insect thing. Don't ask me ever again.
Myra. Ooh. Aang's Iceberg.
Oh, that's fun. What is it, a
It's an
fucking wall?
No, it's an enchantment with Flash. When it enters exile up to one other target non-land permanent until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Oh! Then has
I don't know
waterbending.
who this person is. I have a friend request from somebody, but I don't know who they are.
That's pretty cool.
Don't accept it.
What,
But maybe-
on
is
Steam or in the game?
How did they add me?
In Heartopia?
Yeah, in Heartopia.
People can just add you. You just go to the 3 dots on your profile and click in friend request.
Yeah. Oh, bye, Shade.
Bye, Shade.
It's Joker. Joker's here. Hi.
I'm gonna join y'all's instance.
Hello,
just so I can
everybody.
Come
How are
open
you
packs
doing,
in my
Joker?
house.
I always accept stranger friend requests. I'm always down for free drama.
if I'm able to join. I'm so hype I got fucking Avatar Aang. This is the Avatar.
That's beautiful.
I can make a
It's the one that everyone's been fucking looking for, too.
instance if we want.
Because he's really good.
Okay. Let's see, what else did I get? Okay, I got
If you
Vulture,
jump all
Screaming
four,
Scavenger.
I want to
This-
stop.
This has
Hi,
2 shinies in it.
Joker.
Spider and Heroic Horde.
Oh no, I forgot to
Okay,
put
I
on
can
mix
do
it
that.
up.
Flash Thompson.
Let me guess he has Flash.
I'm good. How are you?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Choose one or both. Heckle. Tap target creature. Hero worship. Untap target creature. That's kind of cool.
That's kind of fun. Item in the world.
Nice.
It's so
I like the art. It's kind of. Oh! Whoopsies.
Stop tracking Blorfus, please.
Open that pack.
Sinister Hideout. Ooh. Oh, it has. That's fun. Shiny. Robot. Oh, I got the bombardment again. I just food. It's just a hot dog.
Fuck
Arctic,
yeah.
I pulled a hot dog. Your favorite.
You like hot dogs?
My food tokens are the
He
fucking
loves
fire
hot
pit.
dog pizza.
Ew, what?
Yeah, he's a fucking creep with hot dog. Another mechanical mobster. Okay, maybe I'll make a robot then. Another wrecking ball. Doc Ock henchman. Or make a Doc Ock thing. A lot of Doc Ock in here.
Dude,
I
I
got Gwen
hate hot dogs.
Stacy!
Pumpkin
It's a
has.
double-sided
No,
shiny.
she knows you hate them. She's just
That was really
messing
good.
with you.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's
This is a-
really good.
I've never seen a double-sided shiny before. Exotic bringing a plate of creature. That's cool.
She's
She's
really
fucking
good.
expensive.
I don't.
Yeah, but
why
she's
Well,
is
not
really
this-
Gwen
good.
Stacy.
the Transformer, yeah.
Yeah.
There we
Play a
go.
Her
land.
Transform is really good.
You play a land from exile.
Petition to ban pumpkin
cast a
right
spell from
now.
exile. Put a
No.
custom counter on Ghost Spider. Oh, that's her name?
Sorry, that's
I didn't know
illegal.
that. I didn't know
No,
that.
that's illegal.
I just thought she was Spider Gwen this whole time. What the fuck?
That's cool. I like it.
Usually people
And
play this one.
two from the back.
I love that there's a card flip in here. That really made my day, I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Yeah, all the lands in the set are fucking tap lands, which I'm not upset about, but I'd rather not have a tap land. Yeah, it's a land.
Illusion villain.
Turtle Duck!
I really
If
love
I got any tattoo from that
this
fucking,
house.
like,
This house is
show,
so
it would be
beautiful.
the Turtle Duck. I think I'm gonna die in this house. Oh, it's Mysterio. Jake Gyllenhaal, you guys. I got Jake
Good.
Gyllenhaal.
Just fair.
I got Taxi Driver. That's pretty
Hey,
funny.
5 mana to fucking exile target artifact creature or enchantment? That's kind of bugs.
Subway Train.
Oh, I
How
got the
is
Cave of
that-
Lovers.
Oh,
I got Secret Tunnel.
look at it. It's the pretty art, too.
I want to see the secret tunnel.
Merciless Enforcers.
Oh, cute.
Wild Pack Squad. Human Mercy.
I mean, that's not bad. I get the Earthman 3 at the end of it.
Joker, we have to get our
Yes,
daily interaction in Heartopia.
So far, I have Kapow, Thwip, and Whoosh. This is awesome.
I got Azula on the hunt.
Nice.
Ooh, spooky.
Look at, she has Toothless. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Earthbending 2.
Spider Bot.
This is a dual commander. Whenever Azula attacks, it's any Azula that I have in the deck. You lose 1 life and create the clue token. That's kind of bones.
I didn't think I was gonna have so many fucking robots in here, but I guess Doc Ock is a robot. I got
I
Spider
can get more
Mobile
shrines. I can
again.
make a shrine deck. So I got the
This looks
Southern Air
pretty.
Temple.
Shriek Troublemaker. Oh,
Fuck
God.
yeah.
Spider-Mobile.
Oh,
Cheering
I actually got
crowd.
the Secret Tunnel. I actually got it as a land.
Oh my god!
Wow!
That's cute. I love
This
that a
land
lot.
can't be blocked. That's what it says.
That's... Why would you
That's
block
fucking
a land?
awesome. Okay. Earthbending
Hi,
deck.
Sunny.
Wait, where's my... Oh, this is my rare? Okay, this
I
is
guess
my
I can
rare.
do... I have enough shit. I could just do Cheering Crowd. That was not bad.
I don't...
Each spider gets a 1/1.
That's kind of... If they do, they add mana for each counter on it. Oh. Damn. Okay. But look at this one, though. Grow extra arms. It's nice shiny.
That's funny.
I'm freed
Yeah.
from my mandatory fun.
Targets a spider.
I like how all
Mandatory
the lands have
fun.
Spider-Man flying through the sky on them. It's awesome. I like it a lot, actually.
Definitely. I think I have to make Avatar. Like, I have to make A.
You have to.
Avatar.
I have so many
other-
pumpkin bombardments.
I had a work
I haven't
thing.
got many
Oh,
duplicates.
work
I've
thing.
gotten a few, but like nothing too crazy.
Well, I'm glad you're free. I'm glad you're
No, the art on these fucking ally cards are
Shut up.
fucking gorgeous. Like these tokens are so pretty.
That is really pretty. I like that a lot.
And then I got one of the Kyoshi Warrior that's also super pretty.
That one's really pretty too, yeah. Agreed.
God. Dude.
Think I'm gonna die in this house. I'm trying to
Oh, that's
organize these, but I don't know how to organize these.
Serpent's Pass, another tap land. Flexible Waterbender, Passionate Healer. It becomes tapped again. That's not what I was hoping it was gonna be. Mongoose Wizard.
Shiny.
Mountain cycling. Foggy swamp. As long as you drawn 2 or more cards this turn, this creature has life in minutes. She goes exile again, warden again.
Let's go here.
Tap up to X target creatures, then distribute 3 stun counters among tapped creature your opponent's control. Water been in 5 with the top 4 cards.
It's just Spider-Man. Human rogue villain?
Okay, that's pretty cool. Ooh! Holy fuck! Combustion technique? That
Ooh,
art
cute.
is gorgeous.
Ooh, I like that.
Holy shit. Does 2 damage.
What's this?
Deals damage equal to 2 plus the number of lesson cards in my graveyard to target creature. That creature
These
can die,
bitches are so
exile it.
slippery.
That's really pretty.
Hot dog!
Diley
Hot
agent.
dog.
Hot dog!
Oh, I got the Earth King. That's my rare.
Yo, I got a 4.
Joker!
He got Spider Rex.
Joker!
Bosco seems to like him.
No! No, we're spinning. Yay! We're spinning!
Daily
Yay!
Google reporters. Passenger
I mean,
ferry. You know what?
How dare you try to high five me instead of spin with
I
me?
have left
How
Yeah.
dare you?
4.
Oh, okay.
Shock. That's kind of cool. Oh, is that Iron Man? No, it looks like Iron Man.
That is
Bye
really
bye.
pretty.
Scout the city. That's kind of cool. There's another spider bot. Ooh, raging goblet.
Black cat, black cat, black cat, black cat. No.
Ooh!
No.
I like the art for this one. Destined Confrontation.
Very
It's the
angry.
Azula fight.
Oh, this one's really cute.
Damn.
That's really
This
pretty.
one-
Orange and white
cool.
cat, slow, unsociable.
This looks like the Spider-Man.
unsociable,
Oh,
indifferent,
my
sluggish,
land!
slow.
Oh, cute. Cute.
Adorable.
Look at this
So
one. Doesn't this
annoyed.
spider from the future in that one map?
One day I'll get a black cat
No,
chat.
she has a big
Except for
fro.
that, yeah. She will always long,
Oh, that's
but-
funny. She has
Oh, that's
weird
cute.
things on her arms that she used to
She should have-
breaking expectations and enjoying it.
Okay,
That's
1/1
fun.
ally. Creature taking no
It's
attack
just
with
pictures of
it.
Spider-Man. Costume closet. That's cool.
Oh, that's also.
Oh,
The
that's
boulder.
sad.
That. That's
Wait, where's
adorable.
the- oh. Is
Oh
this
my
the
god, Ty
rare?
Lee!
Ty Lee!
Of course she has fucking prowess.
Of course she does.
These all
Oh, that's
cost
so cool. I love
stars? What do
that.
you mean?
Oh,
This is my rare.
oh god! I got Iroh the Grand Lotus.
Hell yeah!
Okay. Eat something
Target
delicious,
receiving,
Joker.
return each non-lesson instant and sorcery in my graveyard has flashback. This flashback is equal to the mana's cost. So return each lesson card in your graveyard has flashback 1. That's fucking nuts. Holy shit.
This is my rare bio-organic.
That's pretty cool.
Road pace? I don't fucking know. I wonder if that's supposed to be like. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I guess it's Spider-Man.
I've been
This
going
is my
full-
shiny though. It says add one Spider-Man no more. His suit's in the garbage and he's walking away from it.
Yeah, that's when he gives up being Spider-Man for a short period of time.
So sad. Citizen with base power and enchanted creature. Enchanted creature is a citizen with base power and toughness 1/1. It has defender and loses all other abilities. Aw, that's sad. Being Spider-Man has brought me nothing but unhappiness, and for
I
what?
could be a
City,
lesbian.
city. I'm sorry.
I have
Spider-Man
there's
gives
a plaid
Peter
shirt.
Parker gives a Spider-Man to become a lesbian.
Hog monkey. Oh, it'll
Oh, that's
quench ya.
cute.
It'll
Oh
quench.
no!
It's the
Oh,
quenchiest.
that's the best card. That's the best card in the whole deck. It's the whole card.
Counter target
That's it, you don't need
spell.
anything
Why
else.
is all of fucking Sokka's cards him countering shit? Counter target spell was his
That's
control.
all
Because
he
he's a good
has.
fighter.
That's so
Yeah.
He's a good.
shit.
Well, I mean, remember when we were playing and all you did was counter me, and I countered you that whole entire game?
Yeah.
Fuck. Couldn't do shit. Couldn't
This
have
land has-
nothing.
This land is described. Okay. Earthbending deck. Ooh.
Pigeon.
It's
Oh, I got another one. Oh, is this? Is this what I think it is?
These shoes are cute.
Look at this one. This one's really cool. Nothing like crime fighting after class.
That's pretty cool. There is one
Spider-Man Brooklyn Visionary.
You hear me, Pumpkin?
Huh? What?
There's one Spider-Man card that if you get, I want.
Oof. Okay.
It's a green-white Spider-Man, and it's the female.
Oh, these are cool. Inner Demon Gangsters.
Enclosed
They
source
look
sucked
like
today.
They look like.
I'm sorry. I kind of like mine.
I do
It's
like
a-
that
Oh,
art.
boobies, buddy.
I bought this,
Floppy.
and I bought this.
Oh, I got Spider-Man
And I
No More, but
got-
not shiny.
Oh, I got two bears in the set. Oh, this pack.
Ooh, this one's
And I
spooky.
bought-
Spider Manifestation.
These.
Look at the art on that. That thing's creepy as fuck.
I want
That
to see.
I like it too.
Zookeeper from that
These
one
are kind of
episode.
cute.
Oh,
So his text is each non-human creature you control gets +1/+1 for each of its creature types to a maximum of 10. Because a lot of these have like 2 to 3
yeah.
types on them. That's kind of nuts.
Green Goblin Revenant. Oh, I got the penny card again.
No.
Ew, I don't like blue cards.
Red. This is fucked. Can you read it?
Oh, rent is due.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Oh my
I got the.
No.
It's shiny this time.
You'll get your rent when you fix this goddamn door.
Honest to God, yeah. Fucking real.
Okay, what do I need to do?
Was that one shiny too?
Porcupine.
What was it? I do. I have 2 shiny grow extra arms. Alright.
That happens.
That happens.
That's eventually. Chance creature can attack. Oh, okay.
Stop tracking.
This is just pacifism, but with an extra ability.
Gross. Who the fuck needs that? Merciless. Whoosh! Whoa, I already
Mango.
have
Mango. Hi, Mango. Thank you for the
Angry
follow.
Rabble. That's cool.
Mongo.
Raven's Cat.
What was I doing? I was trying to look for
Eerie
Naniwa so I can buy a.
Sal, the moon.
Oh, I already have a. Is this Minecraft? Yes, this is Minecraft.
Oh. Spider Totem. Cool. I got Mysterio Master of Illusion!
Oh, okay.
I got Jake Gyllenhaal, you guys!
Did you already get it?
No, that was something
Oh,
else.
the Moon Slayer.
Ooh!
Joe.
That's kind of cool art.
He has Menace, non-basic lands into tap. And then as long as he has a Conquer counter on him, non-basic lands are mountains. But that's kind of fucked.
I have 3 Spider-Man No More. This is upsetting me.
Okay. Definitely have to do It's
If
either
I don't
Aang
get
or
lucky, I'm gonna be upset, you guys. I've gotten so many repeats at this point.
my binder.
Swarm being of bees. Again.
Bees.
Grow extra arms. That's my 4th one.
Oh, what's the rarity on it?
Not that rare.
Is it black or silver?
Silver. Here's a good one. Here's a fun looking one. With art on it.
I do like the art. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it's probably from the same person who does the other one, the Spider Menace or whatever. Daily Bugle. Oh, I got a land. It's the Bugle building, the Daily Bugle building. Oh my god! I got Gwen Stacy and oh Lord, his name
Miles?
is Miles. I kept thinking Milo. Look at him!
I love that one. That's my favorite.
Yoo-hoo! Heroes Hangout. He opened up his juice and poured it out, and she's laughing. That's so cute! Oh, Spinneret and Spiderling. It's kind of cute. It's old style art. Oh, I got Shiny Spider Manifestation, Sinister Hangout, Neverland. Which one was the? Wait, what was the rare? I lost it. I don't know which one. Oh, the Spinneret and the Spiderling is the rare. Brother, if you don't fucking stay stacked, I will kill you.
The tracks that would be good to put in. Tracks with proliferate on all 1/1s.
Man, this sucks. It's not attracting any
Last
bugs.
one. My last one. I'm gonna fucking end it all right here, you guys.
It's... Where's all the bugs?
Another dinosaur, another kapow, another venom. Web up! Get web, bitch. When this enchantment features exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until its enchantment leaves the battlefield. Be webbed, bitch! Flying Octobot. Spider Slayer, Hatred Home. Craven, Proud Predator? That's a terrible name. That's a horrendous name, you guys. Superior Spider-Man? Shiny Scorpion. Okay, I'm gonna go find a cliff now. No.
I'm sorry. What happens when you go in wanting something? I didn't want anything from this set. So I ended up pulling two pretty good
Okay, I'm
things.
gonna open my Innistrad deck now and hope for something. I have nothing that I want from here. Except for vampires, which I probably won't get. Why is this one so much harder to open than the other ones?
I forgot how to use your question.
Oh my god, open your...
Pokemon in the bag.
Ooh, that's a cool instant. That one's pretty. This one's pretty.
Ooh, that is.
That is pretty.
Hi, Silent. How are you,
This is
Silent?
a shadow before. I can't
Ooh, a snake. I
What
already
does
have
he
that
do?
card.
What does
Gather
who
the
do?
townsfolk. Ooh, that's cool.
Oh,
Human,
to the bird.
warrior, werewolf. Pick a struggle. You're either a human or a werewolf. You're not both. Ooh,
Well, he's a human until he turns into a werewolf.
No, you're a werewolf the whole time.
Pumpkin.
Ooh, spiders! Look at that.
Pumpkin.
Huh? Yes, ma'am? Oh. Oh, I have an empty card. You can use this card to represent a double-faced card. Ew, a millipede. Disgusting.
You're so far away,
That's
Zilla.
cool. Oh, here you go, Zilla. I think you like this one.
Oh yeah, she is really good.
Zilla the Broken Blade.
Yeah, she's really good.
Flying first, try life. If you both own and control Gisela and a creature named Bruna, the fading light, exile them, then meld them into Gisela voices nightmares. Oh, I see. There's another card on the back.
It's half
Where's
of a
the
card
other
on the
one?
back. It's half
Yeah,
of the card. You
So
need both cards to make a full card.
I assume
Yeah.
she's in here.
Do not assume she's in there. She's probably not.
Yeah. I assume
What?
that's what I said. I assume she's not in here.
Oh, I thought you said that. You assume she was. in
You're
there.
totally
lucky,
dinkless. What
like-
this game? It's
W-
Heartopia. No, in this game you get acorns. Like acorn money.
What's the fucking big?
No
things on
dinks.
last
No
set?
bitches.
I think I have one of them. I think
No
Angie.
bitches.
No dinks. Only Heartopia. I'm learning how to ice sculpt.
So we gotta go to Greensboro or wherever and go buy Hopi from a card shop over there.
Can't you just order him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna order him. I wanna get it in person.
Oh, that's right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles just came out for Magic.
Yeah, I saw that on the board. They were doing things for that. Okay, well, here we are. I'm tempted to just put my commander deck in this Spider-Man deck box because it's big enough to probably hold it, and my tokens, and my dice.
Where's fucking price? I need to have the price from low to high.
Well, that was fun. Time to put them away and never look at them ever again.
Out of it.
Because
Okay,
I only play this game as
version
Noah.
of Avatar. But I
My
don't have
eyes
the
suddenly
expensive
got
version.
super tired and heavy.
So,
Sleepy baby, no.
Low keenly kind of based.
don't have Phantom
This
Menace,
game is
don't
kind
have
of based.
Your face is based.
Can I join game with you guys?
I didn't get Ozai.
You
I
can
just
join
realized
the
that. I thought it was
instance. The instance is
I don't know if these are. Oh, they are cards.
how do I see what instance I'm in?
These are all showcase. I don't want showcase.
This is town 222122724. This is where we're at. Hi. Hi,
I think
Norman.
it kind of was.
So how many cards did I get in this?
Well, I think it's 15 in each pack. 14 in
like-
each pack.
How many packs did we get? Like 8?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, Avatar Angus, $5.
DK.
That's not too
Donkey Kong.
bad. I wish I would have gotten the collector's edition.
My name in the game is Janae. Do you have a friend code I can add?
Okay. I got the
Did
important
you
ones in
join
here.
the instance?
I didn't put things iceberg in there. Or whatever. Land. Momo.
Where's the alpaca trough? Guys, I'm trying to find an ant, but I don't know where to find an ant.
This is
Okay,
a
who
bulk.
else? Who else needs my help? This guy over here.
More bulk. These two need to be put in there.
Da, 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 da.
More bulk. Need to work on an Anga deck. So I have a bunch of shit that I can put in it. I hate how the new boxes don't come with just like a block that you can put shit in to keep it from flopping around everywhere. They don't put that in there anymore. That kind of fucking sucks. Nah, these have to go right over here. Go up here.
Are you sick of this game yet? That's the real question. I'm not. I could play this all the time. But I'm trying to find... Oh. Patty needs my help. This is my house. Do you want to see my house? I just made a greenhouse. Then we're good. This is my house. This is my greenhouse. This is the top of my greenhouse. I don't know what to put here yet. But I have a little cat bed.
Hey, since we just opened magic cards and got us into the magic spirit, you want to play magic?
This is where I do my cooking. This is my puppy.
So I think I saw peas get on too.
This is my kitchen, bathroom.
I'll probably make an Anga deck. Kind of similar in the same bracket I'm making mine. Let's see how it
The
goes.
second story is my bedroom. Living room. Ah. That's my house. Beautiful. My doggy.
Oh, I just forgot. I got a
He's
fucking.
just a
I got a new
baby.
free phone that I need to fucking
I don't have a
see
cat yet
up.
because I'm trying to get a black cat. Ray, Kowo, welcome. Thank you for the follow.
So I got this cat warlock. I think Mashy would like cat warlock lady.
Cat Warlock lady, can I see?
Yeah, I got this as a commander today.
Oh, cool. Final Fantasy.
She's very pretty.
Pretty, pretty.
And then I had to get the starter kit for Final Fantasy because it came with Sephiroth. I had to get that.
This house is pretty.
I'm not gonna open this yet because I have nowhere to put these cards yet. But I am gonna go ahead and sleeve this up.
Pretty, pretty, pretty. Please water flowers.
They had the fucking collector's version. They wanted $120.
There you go,
for
I
it, and I'm
watered
like,
your
I'm still tempted, but at the
flowers.
same time, I can't. I'm too poor.
Oh, the pink gotcha thing went away. We can't do the pink gotcha anymore. Finally! Just kidding. There's just nothing I wanted in that gotcha, really.
The only thing I wanted was the ship, and I got it like pretty early on, so I didn't care for it anymore.
Fella, I need to to high five you.
Kind of cute.
I'm not even included in this photo. I'm very sad. I'm very sad.
Basic judge. The box. It's pretty.
Can't believe they would do this to me, guys.
What did they do to you?
Not include me in a photo.
How dare they? Do you want me to hit them with a car? I'm joking.
Yeah, hit yourself with a car.
Me?
Yeah.
What did I do?
You're part of them.
How am I
You
them?
sugar pumpkin joker.
Oh, you went on. You're
I
at
know,
work.
I was at work.
Okay, I'll hit myself with the car.
Look it, it's a Minecraft chicken. Your wheat's done. ABG, always be growing. No, not hand, sorry. Yeah.
Do you like my 2013 scene outfit?
Yeah, I do. I do, it's funny. Wait, do I have...
all in my shop today, and I'm like, yep, I'm buying that.
Here, I have something similar.
You're gonna be seeing those again?
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, no. Oh, let's go. I had those pants in my shop today, too. I almost bought them.
He
But,
should have.
the plaid suit 2013 scene.
Oops.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now your pants are wet. Ha 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 ha.
No! I've been bamboozled! Many times, Mashy, I'll get you one day.
Oh, I didn't free the guy, the creature. Free the creature. In my defense, I didn't know they used that photo. It's okay.
Who said that?
Arctic.
Oh, yeah, so Arctic told you that we broke into someone's house. Immediately afterwards, they added me. And they're like, what are you doing in here? I was like, oh, I was stinky, so I'm taking a bath.
Wait. Then Zilla tried to hijack someone's car twice, and then we made 2 new friends from that.
Yeah. They were
You
my
guys are
taxi.
menaces.
They became my taxi, came back for a tea party, and then I told them to get the fuck out of my house.
I want that car.
Ooh, Final Judgment. That's pretty.
Hey, bought the pass that lets me take the bus for free.
You bought the pass?
Yeah, it was only $2.99. And it gives you other things too. It gives you medals for gotcha.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yes.
Yeah. Sublime. Can't be doing Sublime songs right now, so that's so soon again. Oh, I hate that the Pokemon's
I like
just
that.
slap the fucking. There's a Magic Arenas card. We're doing a pre night at my card shop in like a week. I hope I'm
There
off that
was
day.
this noise in someone's house. We couldn't figure out where it was coming from. It was driving us both insane. Did you ever figure it out?
We think it was a visual glitch, or not visual, audio glitch with the stove. Because there was like half of the cooking noises. But it happened in 2 people's houses, and it was driving me up a fucking wall. It's no surprise to me, I am my worst enemy.
Where did Pumpkin go?
I don't know, she didn't say. Oh, if she did, I didn't
JJ, why did you put a... What is that? What did you do to my emote? Nah, I don't want to do this event alone. Wait, was that your car that I saw earlier, Janae? I'm so sad I don't... No, it wasn't. Okay.
Oh, did Pumpkin tell you that I crashed my car today?
Huh?
Not bad. I was like saying that for dramatic effect. I was going out of my driveway, and the way my driveway is, it goes down, and then it goes back up. So I was going down, and I immediately lost traction.
Oh my
Slid down the
gosh.
entire way, and I was like, I have to make a decision now. Do I either go into the creek, or do I hit a fence post? So I guided the best I could and just rammed it into a fence post.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't that bad. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
But then, with some assistance, dug it out and made it out the driveway.
That's good.
And then parked it at the very end and walked my happy ass down the entire driveway. Ooh, that's a pretty soul. I love that.
Why can't I save my outfits?
These aren't as dark as I thought they were gonna be. They do not match the color that's on the box, and that's very upsetting. It just looks like vomit.
I have a question. Was your drive packed with snow because I'm at... It's snowing hard over here in New Jersey. They got ice. I don't think they got... Well, did you get snow or did you get ice, Zilla?
Mostly ice.
Mostly ice, yeah.
It's literally like 6 inches of ice.
6 inches of
6
ice.
inches of my cock.
Whoa.
You wish it was that big.
I wish. Nah, fam, my shit's so big that they had to take it away from me. It's too big.
Yeah. So you wish it was that big because you no longer have it because you took it.
Nah. It was too big that every time I got a boner, I would lose. I'd black out from blood loss. So they had to take it away from me because
They
I was
had to
too
take
powerful.
away her penis.
Cock.
Send him to the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded immediately.
Yeah. I don't want to have a tiny version of you in the bottom of my screen anymore. Go away. What do I do? Explain myself.
Just leave him at the deck. You can't let him win.
You're in my way.
You're in her way.
Yeah. Little boyzilla.
Get better.
He was mean to me all day today.
I was not mean to you. I came and picked you up in the middle of an ice storm so you wouldn't be stuck in your house. Took you to get coffee.
So kind. And Taco Bell.
And Taco Bell.
And magic
And then
cards.
to the card shop.
Hey, I bought everything.
Not everything. And you only
No,
paid...
not your magic shit or your cat's food. You're right.
Yeah, because you offered, and I was like, sure, I won't turn it down.
Yeah, I offered you coffee. That's fine. I was hungry. But I wanted Chipotle, and he wouldn't let me have Chipotle.
Chipotle! Who said the mother of 3 with treatment-resistant IBS can't blow off some steam at the annual Orlando Salesforce Summit?
What? Huh?
What? JJ! You not only confused me, but you confused all
Everyone?
3 of
What the
us.
fuck?
All 4 of us.
I didn't get Hobie. I think it's over for me.
It's okay, you have other chances to get Hobie.
Wish I had him in real life.
I wish Goombas were real.
I don't think I could match
I
Hobie
posted in the
free, to be
Discord.
honest.
Where? In our Discord? Think memes?
I made ramen.
Hell
One pot soup.
Is this what you like, JJ? These obscure memes? Is that your humor?
He said it.
The dank memes picture.
Oh, when it's said, I don't. He said a mother through. Okay, I haven't
That's
seen
Jake
that one.
Gordon.
That's me.
But Jacob actually has IBS. You just shit
Yeah.
yourself.
I have IBS too.
Okay, if I find
That's
something like that,
horrendous. Pick a
JJ.
struggle, dude.
It made me laugh because it was silly.
Let's play this for Cat Lady.
I have to catch fish here.
Man called me slurs in his car.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, thanks! That's so nice.
No, it didn't.
See how his tone changed?
Nuh-uh, she's lying. Nuh-uh. Mom!
It made me laugh because it was silly, as opposed to
I
me,
can
it made me
feed
laugh
these
because I'm
bitches.
broken.
Fun.
I figured as much. Pumpkin, leave Zilla alone. If he wants multiple struggles, he can have multiple struggles.
Is this Arctic? Shut the fuck
Yes.
up,
Let
you
me
dumb
live
slut.
life on hard mode, okay?
Shut up, you
Wow.
you retired whore.
Retired? Didn't he just graduate college?
Retired whore.
Oh, retired whore. Ooh, what's that blue fish?
Redfish, two fish.
Oh, is it a rabbit fish? Cool.
No, no Dr. Seuss lovers in the chat.
Any Dr. Seuss haters in the chat?
Fuck you.
Oh,
Dr. Seuss
fuck
was a
you.
legend.
Can't tell me this man wasn't. Come on.
Racist? Probably.
Yeah.
He probably was. They all were.
Fish, seafish, redfish, bluefish. Of course he's racist. Listen to those.
Yeah. Segregating the fish.
How dare he?
How dare
Let the
you
fish
say-
live, man.
Together in harmony.
God.
Let them
Fire
make little
Nation
purple
attack.
fish. No? Nothing?
Oh, sorry. I thought I registered what you said, but I was like, ooh, Mandarin. So
Ooh, Mandarin.
Ooh, Darth Vader. That's not Darth Vader. That's Darth Vader. I know Spider-Man.
Okay, I gotta go turn in my quest.
No! That's fine, you can do that.
Thank you for the mermaid tails.
Actually, you're still streaming, I guess. Do you want to
I am.
chat?
Yeah.
Knock me up, baby girl. I can knock
Okay.
you up.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, your dress is so cute.
Thanks, it's Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I love it. Something went wrong. You're not allowed to knock out Mashimaro.
What? For what reason is this?
Big attitude from someone so short. Are you calling me short or Mashy? Because I'm not short.
I don't know why you'd be calling me short. I didn't do nothing. I'm just existing.
I mean, you are short, but...
I am short, but I'm
Significantly... Tell this man how short you are so that he realizes that I'm a fucking tall girl. I'm not a short girl. I'm a tall girl.
I'm 5 feet. Pumpkin's like 5'8".
Yeah. He thinks that 5'8" is short.
It's above
Because
average,
he's
I
5
think.
fucking 10.
You're 2 inches taller than her?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This bitch calling me short. And he's 5'10". Short ass motherfucker.
You warm enough?
Yeah.
I'm short.
Thank
Both my
you.
brain cells. Same, Squid, same. 2 inches, that'll never let her forget. If you think 2 inches is a lot, I'm sorry. What's that face?
I can
for,
have a
Squid?
Sprite.
No.
I think we had enough sugar. I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, tell her Shizzle.
You even said you got a cutout on it.
I said
I think
caffeine. I said
I
caffeine.
think your water's okay for tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have caffeine right here.
Okay.
Bring one to work tomorrow.
My throat feels funny. What?
Yeah. You
Sorry.
probably, there was probably just a little thing. I had
My
it and
8-inch
then you got it
cock.
from me probably.
Mm,
It only lasted a day, if that.
okay. He got me sick.
Depends on the context. 2 inches of rain, meh. A knife 2 inches deep in my back, yeah, help. Yeah, okay, fair. Yes, good context, Squid. Good context. You're right. You're right. 2 inches can be a lot based off context. Damn, that got dark, JJ. Right? You love Squid.
Squiddy.
Squid speaks the truth.
Squillium. Squillium.
Squidium.
Squillium.
Squillium.
Squidward's
he's
arch
on!
nemesis.
I'm tired of making jam, Grandpa. I want to make something cool.
Tomorrow's the new episode of Fallout.
Fuck! I didn't watch any Fallout this week. That's fine. I watch it on my lunches, so.
Damn. I should really start it.
Yeah, you should.
You should. It's really good.
It's really good.
No, I know. I just keep not.
There's so many like little Easter eggs.
I started watching it for a conversation
That-
starter with somebody that I know, but I ended up just really, really, really liking the show.
Conversation starter.
Well, yeah, they really liked it. They really like it.
Plot.
The fuck? What's wrong with that? You've never gotten into something because you found out somebody likes it? And
Are you
you're
talking
like,
to me?
oh, what's up?
I missed something. I'm sorry. I was in my
Are you talking to me?
Oh, okay. Crazy. Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at a meme of like, do you know the Doomsday Clock?
No.
No, it's like this thing that's like, this is how many seconds we are, or how many minutes we are away from Doomsday. And it's like supposed to represent like when the world's going to shit, basically.
Oh.
Anyways, they put the Doomsday Clock to 85 seconds, basically.
Oh.
And somebody replied with these fucking nerds and their fucking clock. It's just bullshit. Like the Doomsday Clock is just
Right.
stupid.
Don't you dare fly away from me, you fuck-ass beetle. Oh, you fucker! Oh my god. What I do to get random clothes from the sky. Okay. Okay. Sugar!
Hello.
I got it! Yes! What did I get?
Sugar!
Ear studs! Nice!
Sugar, sugar.
I just got back.
playing?
Heartopia.
Hell yeah. I need to get on and do my dailies.
I'm doing.
The inspector came, and then the plumbing people came again, and hopefully everything goes well and we get our gas back tomorrow.
Tomorrow? God.
I know. I'm already so over it.
Say hi to Mama Zilla.
Hello.
I said hey. Everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm Zilla. Your Mama Zilla. Because someone's name. Mama Zilla to them. Oh, you can call her Mama Gigi.
Gigi.
That was
That's my
reminding me
cat.
of Mashy's cat, yeah.
Yeah, which is fair.
Look at this bee icon! It's so fuzzy.
Mama Zilla.
See nothing.
I'm
Mashy.
cuddling a ferret!
God bless. Taking more?
It's because you're not watching my
Seconds,
stream. SMH.
Mama Zilla going crazy tonight.
She come in just to get a drink.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna drink all that. That's a whole liter's worth. I'm not drinking all of that.
Oh my god, he'd drink in 2 seconds if he could.
I mean, you can.
Where are my friends?
I can make a lobby if
Swabin.
you want.
No, I'm able to join.
Oh my god. I thought That, I hated that. I looked off into the distance and I thought the fucking windmill was the fucking Confederate flag, and I had to take like a triple check because I was like, huh?
It's a rainbow, isn't it?
No.
Oh, I caught a
no,
cicada.
It's just a red thing, but it was because it had like blue stripes going between the fans, and there's also white on it, and so I was just like, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, yes. The
That makes
Confederate flag
sense.
in the Chinese-made video game.
Yes.
They'd probably accidentally add something like this for like, the American flag. It's just the fucking Confederate flag. Oh, this tree dropped a space-time gotcha.
Collect 6 mandarins.
Are you where are all my plants going? I've literally planted plants and it's not...
No plants allowed.
That's fucked. Kinda rude.
Can
Not
you
gonna lie.
let me catch you?
No.
Me to a cute boy.
Gotta work for it.
Trying.
Take
This is
some
really hard.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't really... I don't think...
I'll shake my ass like
I
Tina
don't think
Belcher.
that would work for me. I don't really want to attract a guy that's into that.
Oh, I
guess
was
is
just
my
talking
issue.
about Mashi. It doesn't need to
Oh!
be a man.
Yeah, Mashy, shake some ass. Work for it. Get that bug. Or fish. Whatever.
It's a
Whatever you're trying to
bug.
catch.
Whatever you're trying to attract. Shake that ass. What are you drinking?
The soda?
Oh. Oh, that was you. Okay, I'm not
I
surprised.
felt so like, did I not be drinking this right now?
That was Mashy.
What?
Too much sugar. Drinking
Too
too
much
much sugar.
I drank too much sugar.
Chisel's jealous.
Yeah, fucking should be.
Too much me.
Not enough you.
What if you guys watered my plants because I watered all your guys' plants?
Oh, well, of course. Did you water my
Have some
flowers by
flowers.
chance?
Chris's house is
From my house.
adorable.
What do you want? What do you say, so?
I was thinking Shade was in here. That's how he
I'm still in
opened.
here.
Okay, so?
Are you in our world?
No, he doesn't play the game. Wait, are you playing the game?
Yeah, he just got it. He opened.
Oh!
Well, he can't join us until he does a tutorial.
I
That's
wasn't,
true.
I wasn't really enjoying it, so I was like, eh.
Alright, Sugar,
Who
I'm
the fuck's
coming
taking
to you.
pictures of me?
I'm on my way, Sugar. I need a high five from you now.
Okay. I am collecting orders.
I was gonna steal this person's car, but we're right
Having
outside.
other people. I see on another Twitch gamer live at the friend of Heartopia was helping with the house decorating with the friends. I know not how. You have to be level 3. Friendship.
Yeah,
so
friendship level 3 to
This
help people
outfit is
decorate their
cool.
house.
having other people water
It's like
plants helps make
2014,
progress in
ain't
Animal
it?
Crossing.
Oh my
Oh yeah,
god.
apparently that's how it works in this game too.
Thank you.
Sugar!
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah.
Pumpkin's very jelly of my outfit.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah, he's wearing the pants that I want, little bitch. You guys got such cute shit.
We
Nice.
did a little bump.
We did a bump.
Pumpkin's just
That sounds like we did coke.
Oh, well, that's what I thought of, 'cause I'm
That's
a drug
exactly what I thought.
addict. Was it really?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Mashy and I are both on the same page
Oh,
because we're not
what?
drugs.
Hey, I'm not a druggie. But it's the first thing that came to my mind.
I think you've done more coke than I have.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my lord.
Get
I
drunk.
can name 2 people in this chat that have done more coke than I have.
Yeah. I know.
I hope in my next life I'm reincarnated as a mosquito so I can keep sucking. Cock? You You already do that enough, don't you?
I really like the house you're next to, Sugar. It's so pretty.
This
Like-
one is so pink.
I like the green and the white one.
Oh? Where do you see green?
The-
and...
The
oh,
green
I
and
thought that was
white.
Sugar's. Oh.
What are you
I
looking
thought we were
at?
Sugar's house.
You're looking at the wrong thing.
Well, I was looking at the map.
Oh.
I
No,
was-
we're not at Sugar's house. Sugar's house is like a modern
Yeah.
mansion.
I had to check on fish.
Breaking into people's houses and taking a look at it.
For you.
Hey.
Look at the picture I just sent.
I'm sorry that she
In
bullies you,
gaming show?
Arctic.
Yep.
What the fuck?
What?
Don't apologize to that man.
Yay.
Let's stay like this forever and make
Forever.
Oh my god, that's terrifying. They're just idle and you're just in their face.
While they're taking a poop.
Pumpkin, look.
And I saw the whip.
She's not looking.
What?
This is.
Oh
We're
my god, what the fuck's that about?
We're spinning. What the fuck's about that? That about?
Why can't I spin?
I
You
don't
gotta
know.
be level 3 friendship.
We're almost there.
Fuck you.
No.
I
I'm
accomplished my goal. I made someone jealous by a spinning. Thank you.
I'm gonna fucking spin on her. On Chicago.
Yeah. Finish it for this girl.
Finish your sentence. You're gonna spin on what now?
I love you too, Mom. Good night.
When I'm back in Chicago, I spin on it.
Damn.
That's weird.
Very pink, but it's.
God
cute.
damn it, Zilla, pick your wheat.
Why?
What is with you and us not picking our wheat?
You need to ABG.
What?
Always be growing.
Oh, I'm always going. Don't you worry. I'm
Black
growing.
cat.
What the fuck do you mean?
I like this.
Did you get a black cat in your shop? I'm gonna lose it.
Well, it has a white chest
Oh, okay.
and the white mouth. It's
As
not.
long
No,
as
I
no
had
one gets-
Chi-Chi in here yesterday.
No. You know what, Sugar? I'm a like your house.
Sugar.
Sugar.
Thank you.
Sugar.
I put a lot of effort into it. I hate you guys.
Look at all these
Goddamn.
cute houses. Where's Pumpkin's house? Where's Pumpkin's house?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll
Cute.
pick my wheat. God.
I love your
bless.
house. But look at this house is so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They left the door
Yay,
open
I got
for
a
people. That's so
crossbreed.
nice.
Can someone come over and water my peanut?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
You ever think about the
I
fact
just
that the
walked
cat
in
and
on them
Stuart
on the
Little could also
toilet.
talk?
Oh, did you see what I
The
posted
cat and Stuart
in
Little could
gaming?
talk? Dude, I haven't seen that movie in fucking years. When I watched that movie, I didn't do drugs, but I thought I had like an acid trip when I watched that movie. I do not remember the plot of Stuart Little except for the fact
They
that
chose a
chicken-
mouse over a human child. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Stuart Little. I thought we were
And,
talking about
Then in the first one, oh, are we not talking about
Hi,
Stuart Little
Peace.
anymore? Okay.
Oh, I keep getting
Oh.
Stuart Little mixed up with the
Zeus.
chicken.
Chicken Little.
Chicken Little.
Oh god.
Chicken Little.
Where's your flowers?
Keep
They're in the
confusing the guys with two completely different names.
Yeah, they both have
Chicken Little. Stuart
Did
Little.
you know he wasn't
Completely
even a
different.
mouse in the book? Why'd
He
they make him a
wasn't?
mouse?
Why did they make him
What
a
was
mouse?
he? I feel like that's a major plot point. I feel like him being a mouse is a major plot point.
Yeah, I was just grabbing some stuff
Oh,
off
no, you
of
good.
the thingy that said that I had things to grab.
You good? You
Hi,
good?
Peas. How are you?
I'm good. Sarah
Man,
showed up to
I'm
my
an
house.
individual.
I saw her on.
Yeah, she
I-
showed up and she said hi, and then I gave her a coffee.
Oh, I need tomatoes.
That's so
Fuck!
kind.
I
I
really
need more
like that you have a
plots!
picture of your actually next to your bed. It's really precious.
Can't you unlock more
Say it again?
plots?
No, I don't understand why I love.
What's
I
precious?
don't understand why
Oh,
they
that
don't
piece
give
of
me
the
more.
I got a
picture
panda
of
statue. Everyone
his
look at it.
bed next to his bed.
Cute, it's so adorable.
Oh yeah, I've got a picture of us next to the bed, and I
It's
sent
really
that
cute.
picture. I sent the picture of that to her at work today, and she's like, "You're gonna make me cry."
Aww.
It was really cute. I saw that today.
Yeah, I told her I have it there, so no fucking ladies bed
No,
in my bed.
no hussies
Crazy.
come by.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking
Gigi?
for. Hussies is a lot nicer than the word I was thinking.
Gigi? Oh, you want your closet? I'm sorry. Here.
That's the one I was looking for.
He wants to go in the
Stuart
closet.
Little is born to an ordinary family in New York City. He is normal in every way except that he is
Little.
only just over 2 inches tall and looks exactly like a mouse despite being a human child. What? Are you just like verbatim giving me text from the book? At first, the family is concerned with how Stuart will survive in a human-sized world, but by the human-sized world? Okay. But by the age of 7, he speaks, thinks, and behaves on the level of a human of 16, and shows surprising ingenuity in adapting, performing such helpful family tasks. Can you? There's a
As
fucking
fishing his
message
mother's
in the
wedding
way
ring
of
from
the-
the sink drain. Oh my god.
The family. I remember that. That happened in the movie, didn't it? White Persian cat, Snowbell.
A honey
Just like Stuart,
separator?
because while he feels
Sorry?
a natural instinct to chase him, he is aware that Stuart is a human family member and is thus off limits. This is from Wikipedia. Wow. That's
Oh, this
crazy.
is cute. A honey
This is really good.
separator, huh?
Their house is barren, so they don't get a like from
Back
me.
in Chicago.
Only they
I'm
sold
peeing.
a carburetor so I could clean my socks.
And he isn't even a mouse?
Apparently he's not a mouse. He's just a tiny man.
Can someone ban this person?
Cute.
I'm not a mod.
Yeah, I got you.
Wait, what'd they say?
It's just
Wait, let me
it's
see.
just a spam bot.
Ugh, that's not what I meant to do.
Oh, these are so cute. What the fuck? Who wants to see my shop?
That's weird, Squid.
I want to see your shop.
Did you read the book, Squid? Or are you just like learning about this day from like a TikTok?
Got me some tank tops.
Let me see.
I like how this house has a floating window.
Oh, I see.
I have some tuxedos.
Uh-huh.
That is so cute. I have some puffy jackets.
Oh, you have the emo striped one.
The what?
The emo striped shirt.
Oh, this
You want
one?
me to
Yeah.
pick
These
someone from
emo
your
striped
house?
shirts. I have some basketball jerseys. I have these jackets.
Oh, I like those plaid ones I bought. I think the brown one.
Damn.
I think I'm gonna buy this one. This one's too cute.
Damn it.
And then I got some pants. Oh,
Those
Oh,
are
I
on my
need
shop
those.
too.
those. I need those. Oh,
Those were also in my shop.
I learned this a few years ago. Oh, thank you for sharing the knowledge, Squid.
Yeah, it's
I
very
learning about
interesting.
this.
It is
But,
actually
but-
interesting. I'm being genuine.
But like, can we talk about the plot of Chicken Little?
earrings.
The plot of Chicken Little, the sky's falling.
What's wrong with him?
No one believes that the sky's falling.
Did it fall?
It was a spaceship.
Well, in the movie, yes.
In the
Boy,
movie,
that
it does
guy
It
fall.
was a fever dream. I don't know if I like fell asleep.
I
or
love that
something, but
movie.
I don't
I watched that
remember
movie so
movie.
much.
It's not very good.
I love that movie.
I'm
She's like,
not
"Take
trying
it
to be
back."
mean. I'm trying to like piece together if that was just like my kid brain trying to piece shit together with like filling in the blanks, or if that actually happened. Because I don't remember. I just remember baseball.
Yes, baseball.
I remember.
I
remember
liked
being
it because
really
he didn't
focused
fit
that the hat
in, and
was-
I didn't fit
the hat was
in.
weird on
You
his head.
know.
His dad was like
a douche.
was a dick, right?
He
Yeah,
was
okay.
a dick.
He's a huge asshole to his own
And
son.
The
then
blue or pink one?
like
What movie are we talking about?
Chicken Little.
Stuart Little.
No,
No,
Chicken
no.
Little.
No, Chicken Little. Fuck
Chicken
you.
Little.
Fuck you, Shane. Fuck you.
No.
Like that whole movie was a fever dream for me. When did that movie come out? What was I like?
2000.
4?
2 years ago.
Please don't.
Why
Hey,
are these
Google.
dirty?
Chicken Little.
2005.
When 2000. Oh, you were so
2005.
close, Pumpkin.
I was 6. No, 7.
2005. I was.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know.
Shut up, please. I know you were just born.
He said,
In
"Damn."
2007?
Yeah. No, 2005.
These are cute too. Oh, my leg is so itchy.
You're like
What
21.
the fuck?
He's not 21.
I really don't remember.
He's at least 22.
22.
I
Is that-
look like I'm 21.
Get out of here.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing.
Oh, wait, I got.
I was
the-
married
I
at
got
21, so I don't really know.
You're also in a cult when you were like 14, so.
You no, not
Yes, that's
14.
true.
When I was 19.
Couple years
You
off.
were and it wasn't the Costco cult, that's for sure.
I was in the Costco.
Costco's not a cult.
Costco
What are you talking about?
Peas, we
Well, I
haven't
wasn't in
interacted
band. I was in
today.
a theater cult when I was 14.
I can't join your fucking town because there's too many people.
Make it
there,
instant
so.
meshy.
I'm going. How do I go back to the?
Wow, 10 people.
Is there-
have
Main
liked
menu?
My house.
How do I go back
That's
to the main
cool.
menu?
There's nothing to like about it.
Open your watch, go to
I
settings,
think my
return to login.
turn the login. Turn the login.
I need to
Return
capture
to
group
log.
I bought the pass so I don't have to pay money to make a lobby.
Wait, you don't have to pay money to make a lobby if you have the pass?
Yes.
You could have been doing that this whole time.
You get a 24 hours of free time each week.
Please make it instant.
No, I'm making one.
Yeah, but he gets
I
it
have
for
the pass.
free.
I get it for free too.
You bought the pass?
I did.
Wait, so
It
we
was
have
like-
we have 3
it was-
people.
It was
that have-
$2.99. It was
Yeah, I
$2.99.
was like, it was so cheap.
Well, I just dropped $100 on Magic. So
Pumpkin scoffing at $3.
$3, and
I didn't know it was
free
$3.
stars.
Password is
I
mush.
told you it was $3 when we talked about the bus pass 2 days ago.
Parker, come back. There's a lady in the
Think I
bathroom.
listen?
There's a lady in the bathroom.
I saw that. Yeah, I walked in on
Oh,
her
I
too.
fucked up. I
$100
left the
on
whole
Magic.
game.
What
I
did you-
could have
what
just
did you get?
joined you. I'm such a dippy.
How are we
What
doing?
magic stuff did you get?
I got the Spider-Man bundle. So a lot because I wanted Hobie. And I was hoping there was gonna be more regular spider stuff in there because radioactive spider was the fancy card that was in
Philip got Avatar. Mush.
there. Yeah, his was cooler than mine. But I got a lot of cool Spider-Man cards. Got Penny.
My name is Benny.
What's the thing?
Okay.
It's a
I
meme.
smell pennies.
The password is
Oh, hi
MOOSH.
Arctic, what are you doing here? Get out. Go back to your drug game.
Your schedule
My
1.
2 Lorwyn Eclipse commander decks came in today, so I bought
Here's the fish again.
Deck boxes and card sleeves today.
We're judging
Did
your
you guys
house.
see the picture that I put here? Wow, you guys don't like the house and I put a picture of you guys in here. Fuck you.
You didn't put a picture of me in there, so.
Nope.
Yeah, you didn't put it. Jesus! He just ran me over.
No, I didn't. You're alive.
I can't. Oh, there it is.
Oh, Mesh, you're gonna fall in the water.
Mush.
Yeah.
M-O-O-S-H? Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
I almost fell overboard one time.
Pumpkin and I were sitting on the very edge of the top floor of my house, and then I
Yeah, and I thought
walked
you just
off.
disappeared because I didn't see you fall.
Yeah, I walked forward and fell and just fucking.
Peas,
My
look, I
leg!
finished
My
my
leg!
greenhouse. Peas, I finished my greenhouse.
I
Oh,
do
shit.
want
Oh,
to fill
this
my
is
house
fire.
with pictures of all of
Yeah,
you
look
guys,
at it.
though. That is something that I do want to do.
How do
I don't know what to put up here, but
You
this
could
is-
put like a little table.
Swap
and a
worlds?
little
Go to
piece set.
Mashy and visit.
that'd be cute.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I love this.
It's mush, you dip
Colors.
it!
That little-
Your pants are gonna get wet.
little hot
Your
tub.
pants are down!
Hold on, let me sit.
You're mush.
Your mush.
Your dog just teleporting out of nowhere.
Alright, which one of you fuckers haven't given me a high five yet?
I haven't
Me.
high-fived you yet.
Oh my
I'll
god,
fucking
Blorfus took a
ready for
picture
you.
with us. That's so cute.
Who's 100% fishing girl?
You
What is this?
motherfucker, you got up right as I was gonna take
I'm so sorry. I'm coming.
Whee!
No.
It's ruined. The
No.
dog is gone.
It's okay. He'll sit.
Your
He'll
house
sit
is
back
right
down.
next-
Yay!
Wait, let me
Well,
high
that's
five
far enough
you.
with you. Why is that not next to my house? What the heck?
Sugar, do you
Pumpkin,
want
I
to
like
get
how
in
me
this
and you are
picture?
perpetually always next to each other.
Blorfus.
You're on top of Blorfus. Get off of him.
Our houses are always right next to each other.
Oh, there you are! We were
Sipping
next
on the
together. We
dowels.
weren't together in the
Oh,
last
he's rolling on
instance.
his back.
Yeah, I came in.
I had to
too
fucking
late.
go all the way across the way to get to your fucking house.
I gotta go high five Pete's.
Hold on, let me sit down.
Oh, Sugar, your cat is going inside of the stairs, by the way.
Yeah, my animals are possessed. We don't talk about it. It gets them more excited.
Yeah. Pumpkin.
I can't.
Pumpkin, you
I'm-
gotta lay down on our legs.
Yeah, you gotta come.
Coming!
Zilla, go
Coming!
lay it right in front of us.
Where are you?
At my
You can stand
house.
up there, that works too.
Look down
Oh,
at you.
yo.
That's
fire.
sick. That's a fire
You're like on
angle.
anime right now.
Oh, I
God,
see.
Blorfus, get out of the picture!
No, leave him alone.
Let Blorfus
Blorfus,
in. He wants to be
move.
included.
I'm just seeing his fucking head.
His fat head.
Her fucking flipping out is.
I know.
I'm waiting for you, Pumpkin.
Sorry, I'm showing up on my 15cc moped. I'll be there in like 5 hours.
Honestly, it's so slow. I don't know
15cc.
why it's so fucking slow.
Because it's
Dude,
a beginner one.
horrendous.
You passed us.
I
You
have
gotta get
the
that blue car.
I have
Oh,
the
I did.
very
I
pretty
thought-
one. That one's so slow too.
I
Oh,
thought I
is
had
it?
to keep going. I thought I didn't remember taking a turn. Oh, it's because I drove through. That's why. Oh, hello.
I don't like that
Blorfus.
angle
Where
I'm
am I
at.
going?
Be-
Oh, you want me to lay across your lap?
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. Oh god, I have to remember.
That's a better
No.
angle, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's a better angle.
Okay, and then I lay down. Damn it, I did it the wrong way! Hold up. Okay. I think I have to face this way?
That dog really is in the way.
If your
though.
face is on
Fuck!
Mashi,
What the fuck? Why did this do the opposite?
I'm just letting you know if your head is on Mashi, you won't see your face because Blorfus is in the way.
Get this fuck ass dog out of here.
I don't know
That's what I
how.
said. That's what I said.
He wants to be
Oh,
included.
Pumpkin, you got the axe out.
No, this would work on my dog. Get out of here.
It's working. He wants it.
He wants it.
Man,
Zach,
I wish you could lay sideways so I can see your face.
Hold up. Well, I'm trying. Okay, here.
We'll get
You
it.
go
We'll
by
get it
the lays
eventually.
Sideways, you know?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not it.
Literally
The
inside
fuck?
peas.
Fucking chest.
Get there. Hey, there we go.
Hey.
Morphous,
I gotta
fuck off.
Up a little bit.
All right. Camera app.
He's a clingy puppy.
I can't get a picture because it won't look right because of my angle.
You gotta move it around, man.
Got your fucking Rolls Royce in the back.
Yeah, we gotta get the whip.
Oh my god, sit down, you dumbass dog with the binky.
Please,
Oh my
Morphous.
god.
I can't see peas
How can you not see peas?
because
But you said-
Blorfus.
Blorfus.
Oh.
You want me to?
Play with him or something, Mashi. Jesus
Get
Christ.
this dog out of
Take
here.
care of
Look, he
your
just
dog.
wants your attention so bad.
Throw
You're
that
goddamn
block
dog.
that he loves.
Go get it, Blorfus. Go get it.
Fetch, bitch.
Damn. He
Blorfus
said,
is
"Why'd you
Good
stupid.
throw
job.
that?"
Oh,
Blorfus is
what's
stupid.
up?
Yo, he's standing. He's standing.
Okay, wait, sit down. Maybe this will be cute. Damn it!
I'm
Morphous,
going.
no!
I'm going. I'm trying. I'm trying to sit.
It's too late. Oh! Morphous, look
No,
at this.
the angle
If I had a
isn't
squeaker
right,
toy, this would all be
Mashi.
easier. Can you pick up the dog?
No, I can't.
Throw Blorfus.
Oh, but that too.
No,
Okay,
put that.
like this one.
He's a
There we
clingy
go.
puppy. He has a clingy trait.
Is he really?
He does. No, I'm serious.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, hold up. No, Blorfit! You fucker.
I'm gonna get
Sit
my
back.
animal tomorrow
Yeah.
after I do my dailies.
What?
Hopefully I can get mine tomorrow.
But I'm gonna get my animal tomorrow after I do my dailies.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Anytime now.
I feel like Peas is one of those people that are gonna.
Joker, you want to get in on this? Did you get food, Joker? What'd you get to
Zilla
eat?
wants to be me so bad with those clothes. It's literally me when I was 16. Crazy.
Joker's on the way.
Come on, Joker.
I can add this as a big painting in my house. See, but they should allow us to make these into the puzzles.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
What does this do?
They should make more
Oh,
puzzles with
100%.
AI art.
Shut
Or
up.
cookies.
Agreed.
Ooh, what if you put that behind us?
Put
Oh.
what behind
The
us?
fuck? What
That's
the
not
fuck?
Behind
Did
us.
you see the fucking firework being thrown from the side
What would
of the
happen
fucking
if
camera?
you just like let AI make like whatever game it wanted to make?
I don't know.
Bitch
Like,
changed
no
his clothes.
Ooh,
I haven't
shit!
worn
I
the
like
copy
those
yet.
glasses, Joker. Those are fucking sweet.
I got new ear piercings.
I don't think
but
that's
like the old one
Joker.
more.
No, that's
I
Arctic.
No,
think
that's
that's
Arctic.
Arctic.
Oh shit!
Oh,
My
shit.
bad. I still like your
Joker.
glasses, Arctic. Blue raspberry
monocle.
Jolly Rancher glasses.
Joker, you on your way? I can't understand what he's saying. Arctic still hasn't added me as a friend. He doesn't like me.
Why
It
don't
isn't.
This is in fact Arctic.
I should have known from the super chill glasses. Add
Friend
sugar.
request. Who sent me a friend request?
I sent him one the other
Mush.
day.
MOOSH.
Hasn't worked.
MOOSH.
Damn, Pumpkin. Could you make your character's legs any whiter?
No, actually, I can't.
There
You
you
gotta
go.
get something. You gotta get me being white. Jesus.
No, I just Jesus. It's really white.
Your
You
Jesus.
could get
Nice.
flash.
That's
face.
my eyes. That's my legs in real life.
That's me in real life too. I fucking am white as shit.
My legs are pale as shit as well.
Blame Zilla. Okay, Zilla, I blame you that Arctic and I didn't.
I think the
What
only
is
person that's whiter
doing?
than me is Arctic.
Why couldn't
I'm
you
on
guys?
Oh, I
my
can't say that.
way. I'm on my way.
I can't say that either. God damn it.
Sugar, stop
I'm on
saying
my
slurs.
way. This is not the way.
No.
This is the way.
Zilla, you are a dick.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me do the exclamation mark or anything.
What is still addicted to?
Crack, alcohol, heroin.
Beer.
Oh.
Who bought the golden car? Please.
The pimp ride? That's mine.
Yeah, that's
If
peas.
you want to,
Pimp
feel free
ride.
to take her for a spin.
Oh, that's so nice of you
What
to
if
light the
you guys got in the car,
fireworks.
we all sat on the car.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that could work.
Dude, are
Or
we
you could
even
pull
all
the
fit
car up
on the car?
behind, and then you guys could sit on the car, and we could all sit around the car.
Yeah, we can post up.
Oh, yo, that's actually so
Right?
real. I'm
Thanks.
gonna move the
I have good
car.
ideas sometimes.
I'm gonna move it right in
Oh!
from here because this
I
is
am the
like a-
magical man.
He's the magic. He's the magic man.
Yes!
Arctic, Arctic,
Yeah,
Arctic,
yeah.
Arctic,
Let me move
Arctic.
this scooter out of the way.
Oh yeah.
What side are we taking a picture
Thanks.
from?
Yeah.
Well, probably facing the garden.
The tree?
The
The tree
garden.
might get in the way.
Face the garden or face away from the garden?
Face
I don't-
away
I
from the
wonder-
garden.
I don't know if the tree will get in the way.
Ah.
Was posting up.
Why are you turning
Why
the
is it
car?
not backing? Oh, this car can't. Oh, the cars can't back up.
She ran over
That's gonna be hard.
Blurfus.
Okay, hold up.
Good. Lorcas ruined our
There
shot.
we go. Oh my god.
How
Let's
can
get back
I
to prop
hurt your
picture.
dog?
Come here, baby. Come here, Blurfus. Come here, Blurfus. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh, you're running
Okay,
away.
you can't do it.
Do you remember
can't.
your math teacher?
Just
What
There
are you
it
trying
is.
to do?
It's that.
I was
Like
gonna
your
try to
dog.
back up, didn't realize you couldn't back up in the game, so that the car is facing out. And then we could all sit around it while you two people are sitting in the car.
Sell
But-
the dogs. There's our
Can't.
Sell
Just
the
kidding. Fix the
dog.
car. Fix the car. Fix the car.
I'm not gonna sell
Fix the car.
Blurfus.
It's my car now. Hee 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 hee.
Hello, Dorcas.
Well, there goes
How
that
are you?
idea. Whoa.
How are you,
There you
buddy?
go.
She stole you.
It does really
Blurfus.
go down.
Excuse
Let
me.
Let me reposition this again.
Excuse me, princess.
I've been kidnapped.
Try and
Oh,
get
no.
it close to the back drop.
There you go. That works.
Look, you guys.
What does this
I
do?
found an alt boy.
Control Alt Delete boy.
That'd be a funny username. Okay.
Who gets in the car?
Well, nobody, because they're not going to be facing the fucking. Well. Ooh, actually, no.
I like
Face
where
over here.
Arthur is
Face me.
standing.
Face me. Face me. Over here.
Where are you?
Face
I'm
you.
right here, Sugar.
Oh,
The one
there's
running
too many-
around.
Too many people.
Face me. Face me. Face me. We'll get an angle.
Oh, wrong angle. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay,
the tree's not in the way, but we still have the prettiness of your gay pinwheel.
It's a windmill.
Whatever.
I'm gonna let you know.
But then,
I need
and
to
then
go
two
for- I need to
people
go
could
for
sit in
the
the car too if they wanted to.
Someone can sit in the
Or
middle.
Not.
I have an idea. Sit in the middle, Sugar.
Hold on. I gotta position myself correctly.
We're really pushing this game to its limits.
Or
Dorcas?
lay oh there.
Oh shit.
Oh, I can't.
We-
see that
Wait,
far.
wait,
I don't like this.
Yeah,
wait,
the
wait,
camera
wait,
the
wait.
camera doesn't go that
Wait, wait,
far
wait, wait.
down.
Yeah, that far.
Fucking
there you go. I got
dog!
it. I
You're
got
the
it.
worst
Wait,
creature
yeah,
I've
yeah,
ever
yeah.
interacted with.
Yeah.
I
this
wish
is-
we would look at the fucking camera instead of off in the distance. Fuck.
Okay, I got a good angle.
I can barely see you,
Ah, shit, I
Pumpkin.
moved.
Get near the lanterns.
Oh, here, what if I sit over... Oh, the lanterns?
Yeah, get near. Yeah, right there. That's good.
Oh, wait, hold up.
Oh,
Fucking
the ring.
fuck ass fucking dog! Oh my god. Okay, maybe this is the right way. Hold up.
Look, the dog's begging to be run over.
The dog is begging to
Does anyone have pumpkin in frame? Because I
I
have
do.
it.
No.
I can get me in frame, so since I'm the...
think-
Yeah, I'm doing like a top angle.
Yeah.
Thing.
Same. I wish
Yeah,
we
we
would look at
kinda
the camera though. The fuck.
Yeah. Blorfus, I'm sorry, my dog.
Yes, dog, man. Wait. No!
ass dog.
Joker, face the other way.
The
Put your
other way?
Put your... Oh, no. It's
Put your
gonna
head-
look
Make your-
weird.
Put your head
Put
near.
your head
Okay,
on credit.
okay.
Sugar needs to back up, Peas needs to come
Peas.
forward, and you put your head in Peas' lap.
Where do you?
Because Mashy's dress is too much.
Okay, so
Time
you
to
want
send
me
the
to
dog.
come forward?
No!
Let me just move so you can.
Yeah, and then
move
you
there.
kind of angle yourself. Mashy, go as far back as you can, and then we'll
God,
stagger towards the front of the car.
This is.
Resting my
There's
feet on
something.
Zill's head.
Yeah, okay. And
Hold on,
then,
me the other way.
there we go,
My
and then
big
Mashy, you
foot
sit.
rest.
Or,
So,
sit,
my
and then
face-
Joker, you lie on
Fa-
Peas' lap.
Come a little closer
okay.
to me, Mashi. You're a little far.
Sit on Papa's lap, Joker.
Yeah, you don't have to ask me twice.
Why did you sound like Zoidberg? Oh my god.
Really funny.
Anytime. Nice! Well, kinda.
I'm still floating, but let's just say they have strong legs.
Yeah, you're just resting on their fucking ankles.
Bro, I never skip Heartopia leg day.
This is actually great.
My
Super
gosh,
cute.
This is so fucking cute. I'm gonna fucking
I'm gonna
blow my
piss.
smooth off.
I'm gonna bust.
Oh, Blorfus, stay right there. Ooh. Oh, Blorfus, stay!
That's perfect.
Oh, perfect! Okay, we got what we needed. Blorfus is in fact paying attention.
Not dumb.
Not fucking
Paying
stupid.
attention.
Can we share
God dang it, you
pictures?
blinked,
That'd be
pumpkin.
fantastic.
Yeah, you can well, not through Heartopia, but like you can download
There's
them.
a fucking sparkle in Arctic's face. I'm gonna.
You blinked in my picture.
Oh my god! Are you fucking kidding me?
Keep your eyes
Shit,
open.
I didn't
Blorfus!
have the red light setting on. Red eye setting.
Blorfus, look at me. Yeah, because you're fucking. Never mind. Blorfus.
Yeah, good ones.
Blorfus. Blorfus, look at me. Yes! No! Stop. What are you do? Did you just wipe your ass on the grass? Oh my god. Did anybody else see
Maybe.
that?
I
I
did.
saw it.
Yeah, dogs do that.
It's just
Now
they're
Pumpkin
not
is
supposed
just
to.
resting on Blorfus.
That means they got ass worms.
I love
just
this
means their
rage
butt
baiting
itches.
dog.
No, their butt itches because they got ass worms.
Ass worms.
Not every butt
versus-
itch equals ass worm.
Yeah.
For dogs.
For dog, pretty much. Or
Yeah, and I'm
no,
that
no,
dog.
not ass worms, because my dog was scratching his butt because of allergies.
Hmm.
His booty
Ass
hole
worms.
literally itched because of allergies.
My dog has hemorrhoids.
That's damn.
Baby
Are you
shit is
kidding?
hard.
My dog has hemorrhoids.
What?
No.
It's old, and also he was into letting other dogs.
No way!
Yeah, it happened multiple times. Like, God dang it.
Oh my god!
Oh.
No, baby.
Ally.
Okay, are we good?
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I was about to ask. Are we good?
I'm
You
I'm
good?
leaving.
You good? I'm good.
Okay.
Cool, nice seeing you. I'll see you all next year.
Thank you for coming. Come
Vroom,
again.
vroom.
Come
Run you
again.
all over.
Come.
Okay.
Come get your ice
Holy shit,
cream.
Ice cream?
I was running over Zilla today while he was on his bike or scooter or whatever.
20 points. This is not a door. The fuck?
Sugar.
Doors in the
pumpkin,
back.
Zilla. There's your house.
Is that where your door is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks
okay.
for weeding my crops.
I know I can't miss it.
Are
I
these
just need to
watered?
know
I can't. I genuinely can't tell if my crops are watered.
People in that Discord I was in was like, "Where are the doors?"
No, they're
They're
not
like, "Is it
watered.
in the
They're dry
butt?"
as fuck.
What's in the bud?
My plants
I'm
are
gonna eat some.
very dry.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah,
It's hard living in a
fuck that
one-room apartment.
fish tank.
Thank you for watering my
I'm-
crops.
I
I'm
can
I love
watering
you.
your
One room
grass.
apartment, though.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I have flowers on the other side if you want to water those.
Oh, speaking of flowers, could you water my flowers before you leave?
Yeah.
The front right here.
Maybe.
Look, pumpkin, look at this orange pansy.
That's
It's
me.
It's beautiful.
Where?
How many stones
On the
do
other
you
side
have?
of my house.
God bless.
Why so many?
Thank you. Thank you.
Because
thank you,
it's
thank
for
you.
people if they want to come over and cook.
Mm.
The equipment's not clean enough to cook on.
Thank
Oh
you.
my gosh. I'm neighbors. with
Wow, everybody left me. How sad.
You're floating in the air.
Everyone left me.
Let's do Walter White and Heartopia.
I knew. Come on, you.
I can't do anything unless I'm Heartopia.
These Easter eggs?
Pumpkin, you got it? Okay.
Your shit got burned.
My shit just burned because I was...
Worried
You
about
left-
mine.
you-
Don't worry.
You jumped out right as it started burning.
That was pretty rough.
Oh, sugar's not floating no more.
I got jam on lock.
Sorry.
brother.
That's
Come
really
here,
annoying.
baby girl.
Ooh.
Don't
Oh,
worry,
there.
Mashi. I'll water it so it doesn't burn.
She, can you come to my house and water my flowers?
Yes, yes.
Zilla.
Is that for like a quest? Why does everyone else need their flowers watered?
When
It's
you crossbreed
make-
flowers, if your friends water them, it helps them.
Get your ass out of my jam! No.
Nice.
Jam.
Gross.
Jam ass.
Let's
Yo,
do it.
Shara,
What's up?
sorry to bother you.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I highly suggest getting it's Kiwis.
Mhm.
You just wait on the jacket.
On my jacket?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
I don't see it, but he already kind of went already. I'm sure it's on yours.
Okay, I'll be right there. Hold on.
Well, just so you know.
Thank you. I'll be right there. One sec. Hey, Machi, I have to go check on my cat because apparently he sprayed on my jacket.
Is he?
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I
so
watered your
jealous.
flowers. That's what cats do when they're not neutered. They spray.
Yeah. You know what my dog does when he's not neutered? Not
What?
that.
I also.
Not that.
Fucking that.
Who wants to?
I'll be back in like half an hour.
Beatos. Okay.
Okay, have fun
Okay.
twerking it.
Damn, half an hour to join it? That's a long time.
He has to rev up his
Come
engine.
on! Oh
Damn, bro,
my
it's just like
god.
Fall
for
off.
the Olympics.
Wait, wait, hold up. Why are there
The
other
primitives
how are there other
optimized
people
cooking already,
in
yes.
Ashy?
What, Joker?
How are there
What,
other
Peace?
people in this world right now?
Other people?
Yeah, there's 2 other people in here.
Oh,
That-
the primitives optimized cooking already? What's that supposed
I mean,
to
maybe I just
fucking
don't have
mean?
them as friends, but my neighbor next to me in
My
Quad
new
8,
door stands
I have
out
no
so
idea who
much
that is.
on the
They're
house,
a
but
chatter.
I don't care. I gambled and got it.
Oh,
You gambled?
Gotcha.
Gotcha. I played gotcha
That
once.
means you got.
I lost a lot of money.
Put $100 into this game and roll the gotcha.
I'm waiting until the new gacha comes out.
I'm actually making ass jam over there.
I
Yes.
did the math on how many gems it takes for like one of the normal gotchas. Wow, very expensive.
I love how your dog has no interest of being around us now that we're not trying to do something. What a real life dog.
Just wants to be included.
Your ass is gonna burn.
Your ass is gonna fucking burn.
Damn, I haven't heard that clip in a while. Someone play the song.
No! You?
I didn't do anything.
You could have stopped it!
You did.
Oh, I
That's the
just
problem,
watched.
Zilla. You did nothing.
Dude,
I just
don't
watched
trust
that
this kid. He
movie.
was gonna run us off the road like 4 times today. On purpose. I'll kill us both.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
I just watched the movie Legion a few days ago.
Oh,
and
God.
I just saw the grandma saying that your baby's gonna fucking burn.
But
and I
it's
was
gonna
like,
burn.
Is this where it's from?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
You know, I've never seen that movie. I've just seen that clip.
I'll never stop gambling. I thought gambling was against the law in your country.
What country?
I thought the UK, it was against the law to gamble in the UK for some reason. You just never hear about it. I feel like gambling in America is
Because they're
just
never
so-
winning.
Well, because when I think of gambling, I think of China and the U.S. That's what I think of. Or Asian countries specifically, I guess. Asian countries in the U.S.
Just heavily
I feel like
monitored.
you always think about Asian countries in general.
I'm thinking about Asian countries in general? What?
Yeah, I feel like you always think about Asian countries in general.
Well, most of the games I play are from Asian countries, so yeah. If you're making a reference to...
I'm not. I'm just making an observation.
I don't know why... I mean, I guess...
Every time you make Pumpkin
I was
think about
made-
herself deeply, she really gets lost. Am I like that?
Sorry. I was married into an Asian family for the last 10 years.
I'm just saying that I hear it all the time. I'm like, every time someone says something, I'm think about it.
Well, I'm like, God, am I being
She's like-
psychoanalyzed right now?
She's like, you're like psychoanalyzing yourself too, though. Like, you're
Well,
like,
I mean, you're not wrong. I wanted to live in Asia. I wanted to be
Truffle pie, baby. So much truffle pie.
Nope. I don't think I have the body for that.
that was the first thing that came to my head.
The body for what? Truffle
Geisha.
pie?
Oh, I have the body for truffle pie.
Pumpkin turns into a fucking pie.
I'm pumpkin pie!
I'd eat her if she
Pumpkin
was a
truffle
pie or not.
pie.
Would you eat my pumpkin pie, Sugar?
I'd eat you.
Crazy.
Even when
That's
all the
not true. I know
pumpkin
you don't
bits
like
and
eating
seeds
pussy.
come out.
No, I don't.
We've had this
I'd take a bite.
conversation.
I'd take a bite out of your arm, though.
Oh. Like your
Or
Fortnite
just a
skin?
chunk of flesh.
No, not break skin. I would just, I just do that.
I just do that.
I just... Oh, I do that.
I do that.
If I get like overly like, you know, it's like
Stimulated?
cute.
Like a
it's
cat?
It's like cuteness overload, but it's like, it's not.
I need to go get more truffles. Anyone want to come with?
It's like caring
Yeah, let me finish this
overload.
jam real quick.
Does that
Oh,
make sense?
okay, this is the last two I got. Nice pants, you fucking British school boy.
Damn, you got him.
I did.
You
I
really
did
got him.
He likes to talk about it a lot. How he went to an all boys school and sucked a lot of cock.
I mean, hey, we've all been there.
Nope, haven't.
You know, you do your homie a favor, he does you a favor.
All
back
true, by the way.
His load on your face.
How do you get all the ladies? You throw down the fucking.
Okay. Pumpkin, are you coming with me?
Fixed kit. No. Yes, ma'am.
Joel's
You
gonna.
cunts. This ride's for me.
That was the most aggressive pun I've ever heard.
Whoa.
Alright, get your own.
Peace.
Peace.
We're gonna go get
Your head's
truffles.
too big for the car.
Yeah,
I
it
can see your
is.
little bow.
My bow.
Oh, I can see my ears a little bit sticking out.
Yeah. Wee.
I'm your little piggy. Come to sniff out your truffles.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
We're going.
I want to just stick out my
Oops.
fucking fishnet or bug catching thing and just get all the bugs.
Get all the bugs.
Is my backpack still full? No, it's not. Okay, I sold it all. Backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah. These fuck ass birds.
Fuck ass bird.
Fuck ass bird.
Fuck
Why
ass
are you
bird.
laughing? What's so funny?
Fuck ass bird.
What's wrong with you? Oh, Matt, did you get those truffles that were right there?
It's different for us.
You get these truffles right here. Pull out
They're
my
in
nuts.
different spots for both
But
of us.
imagine.
Oh my god.
Whoa. What?
Those are some dirty nuts.
Sugar, can you please not call
No,
my
see,
skin
these are right
color
here for
dirty?
me.
Wow. Let's not.
You said truffle and you said nuts. Stop thinking about shit on nuts, dude.
Ew,
Like, of course I'm not.
gross. That's somebody's
Why are
thing.
you thinking of shit on nuts? I found the campfire. I found the campfire.
Oh, beetle!
Truffles
Beetle!
aren't covered in shit.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Am I the only one that has this thought process?
No.
Am I the only
Please.
one that
No.
Please. No.
Sugar, I will definitely say your thought process is unique. Not in a bad way.
That's almost worse.
I think I got all the truffles on this island.
I think it brings a fresh perspective to many topics and questions.
Shit on nuts.
Shit on nuts. See, we never would have gotten to that point without you.
Nope. Without you.
You're welcome.
You bring a whole new
Catch this
perspective to
fucking
every
bug, I swear to
conversation.
God. Okay, Mashian, where are
Remember
you?
what happened the
I'm
last
fishing.
time when I ended up drawing
Ooh, I'm a
everybody
fish
as
with
a
you.
date?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
except
gosh.
Shug as well.
There was just one.
Just kidding.
You're welcome.
Oh, sorry.
Sugar
Here.
Bank, there's so many things.
Wait, let me catch these bugs. Okay. Bam.
I want to go get some juice.
You should go get
Okay.
some ice cream.
I had ice cream today.
You should have enough.
DQ has a pineapple
Calories don't work
lemonade
today.
with ice cream in it. It's like a blended lemonade.
Why would you buy
And they put-
ice cream when you could make ice cream?
They put, because making it is too.
'Cause I want the fancy toppings.
It's
Because
too
I want
much
it to be good.
work.
But you spent so much money on an ice cream.
It was only $80.
Dude, and you have
You
an
got
ice
your
cream
Ninja
maker?
Creamy for $80.
It's a Ninja Creamy.
That's a
Man,
pretty
you got
cheap
that
ice
shit
cream
for
maker.
fucking
I've
free.
been looking at
wish I could-
ice cream makers, and they're
Yeah?
like $200.
Maybe it was like 170 and I just forgot.
Oh,
I think
That's
you're
a crazy
definitely
difference.
misremembering.
Where's
the
my
price
house?
Where's my
I got-
house?
because I got my Ninja Creamy for like fucking almost $200.
Isn't yours the soft serve one?
No.
Oh, you didn't get the
I got
soft
mine
serve
be-
one?
I got mine before the soft serve one came out. I
Oh,
don't have my
okay.
Ninja Creamy anymore. I just left it with my ex because I didn't give a shit about it. So, one less thing for me to take.
That's real. I mean, I kept everything. Because his thought was less things to bring across the country.
Yeah, I was just like, I'll take 2 of the TVs and you can have I don't know, whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a
Damn,
shit.
2 of the TVs?
Yeah, we had 3.
Scheisse, that's a lot.
Yeah, we had the 65-inch in the living room for like friends over, plug the switch in, whatever. One in our room, and then another TV in the game room.
Damn. I haven't like owned a television my entire adult life.
Yeah, we got the 65-inch for a hella good deal. We got it from
I
like,
see you.
no, not from Walmart. We got it from. It's like one of those places that just like buys returns from like other stores.
Grocery
and
outlet.
overstock. Yeah, kind of like an outlet store. The TV was returned. I don't know. I think it was like missing the fucking remote or some shit. I didn't give a shit. But we got it for like $400 for the Samsung 4K 65-inch TV. Why do I feel like I have something going on this Saturday?
I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know either. I gotta check my calendar.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna make dinner and give it to some people.
You're gonna make dinner and
Yeah,
give it away.
give it to some people, sugar.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
What the fuck am I doing Saturday? Am I just hanging out with Sarah on Saturday?
Yeah, it's really important.
It is really important. I never miss a Saturday.
Oh, I need to go to these guys. Okay, I'm going over there anyway. Cool.
My stove is not the right
I
way.
finally finished the second large Domino's. Damn, you ate all of them in one day? Jesus.
I do the same.
Yo,
That's
Domino's
so
thin
much.
crust make me fucking bust a nut.
They don't have white sauce in the UK
Why?
because they're bad at
Someone
pizza, I
stole my
guess. I don't
bicycle.
fucking know.
Don't
Yeah,
make the
but you can get-
bicycle.
You can get deep fried pizza in the UK though, so that's pretty lit.
That doesn't sound good to me.
Oh.
I kind of want to try it just once.
How is it deep? Like, is it battered like fish? Like, what?
You're gonna get
Yeah,
all
they just
wet.
fucking like batter that shit and just throw it in the deep fryer.
How I feel about that?
I'm gonna
It kind of looks
go
like a
do a
calzone
quest.
when it comes out.
I fucking fuck a calzone. I love calzones.
You can't fuck a calzone. You don't have a wiener.
I would
Oh,
do
you
my
stick your
best.
tongue in it
Yeah.
and
that's what I
melt
do.
your tongue off by tonguing a
Mm.
fresh made calzone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That shit tastes like Takis.
I'm Remember when I ate so many Takis that my stomach hurt for like a week?
Yeah.
Remember when you had the fucking bulldog ramen with a full pack of spicy sauce?
Yeah, that was really hot. It
Remember that time you were
was.
obsessed with hot chip?
I am always obsessed with
And
hot chip.
lie.
And lie. Nah, she's a liar and she eats hot chips.
Yeah,
That's
eat
very
hot chip and
fun.
lie.
Do it,
Nah, she doesn't even know how to
lady.
cook. All she knows is eat hot chip, lie,
And she has an ice cream
Charge my
maker,
phone.
and she never uses
and
it.
charge phone. I can never remember.
It's okay, I'm here to remind you.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Joker. I hope the little blowjob fairy visits you.
I hope the little blowjob fairy
Grant me
visits
such
you.
kindness.
Yeah.
Can you?
Okay, bye.
Bye. Good night.
Ashy,
Yes.
I got your bike stuck. Can you call it back?
Oh
Brother.
my. Hold on.
You get it stuck.
Oh fuck! I didn't do
I
the
went
thing.
too close to the resident like shopping area.
Hi,
got stuck.
Cox.
Hi, Cox.
She's actually not here right now because she found out you were coming.
No. She had to go cook and do something.
Food for her husband and a kid.
And
She had
feed
to
some
cook food and
people.
give it out.
Gotta cook
Ew.
food for people. Her words. not
Okay, I'm
mine.
gonna go get some juice.
Okay.
Why'd you make it
With
sound more
juice.
sussy than it needed to be?
Who?
Fuck, I gotta go back to my house and make ratatouille.
Tootie.
Driving
That's not what I
Ashley around.
said.
It's stuck step, bro.
What did you just say?
I was reading chat. What kind of juice? 6'9". Ha, funny number.
Chisel juice.
Ew. I never want chisel juice.
Chisel juice.
Yo, Arctic's J chillin' on the top of my house.
He likes doing that.
Alright, I gotta make ratatouille. My energy is so low.
Why are you suddenly
Fuck.
telling me where these fucking butterflies are? Why do I care?
You care.
But
because
I don't
we
know
care.
why.
Have you done the ice rink thing?
This fuck ass cricket
The,
just
the
dipped.
penguin book?
I'm working
Ass
on it.
That's probably why. Because you have to catch fucking like 20 bugs.
Oh, I've caught so many more bugs than that at this point. Ooh, ee, oh, ooh, ee, ah, ooh, ee, ah. What are you listening to, Shade?
Jade's not here.
Oh.
That's his audio, though.
No, Shade said they'd be back in like half an hour. Like half an hour ago.
He's still in the call.
Yeah, he said he'd be back though. I hear that's a sin.
I don't give a flying fuck.
That's also a
You
sin.
fuck ass cricket. Come here! You cunt, and you fucking just disappear.
Damn, dude, ratatouille takes like 10 hours to make.
Got my juice.
Butterfly! Come here!
I
got-
like a butterfly.
Minute Maid Berry Punch, Cox.
Minute Maid
Alright.
Berry Punch. Is that one of the ones that comes in the cardboard?
Yeah,
Mmm.
I fucks with it.
You know what I
Yummy.
fucked with? Simply lemonade, raspberry lemonade.
Oh, that one's good. I like the blueberry one too. Blueberry lemonade.
I just stocked so much juice the other day before a 3-day weekend.
No, I hate
Ashley,
juice.
no! Okay.
Wait,
It was
what
so
happened?
cold. They had me in the
No!
cooler. I had to like bundle up, and I was just
What happened?
unloading a whole freeze like a whole refrigerator pallet by myself in the back of the cooler. Like, you know, where they store the milk in the grocery stores, and like you can go into the back and like stock the stuff from behind. I was stuck in there for like 2 hours. I was very upset, but it was fine because I was by myself. And it was
Your door
fine.
confuses me.
Why are you laughing?
Because
Why are you laughing?
my head's in the wall. Bro is on my paint
Me
bench
after having to crash out and smash my head into the wall.
It's not a paint bench, it's a workbench.
I've returned.
Welcome
Hello.
Welcome back.
You left your audio on this whole time.
Did you hear anything?
Yes.
back. Sussy
sorry.
noises.
And then I was like, what are you listening to? And then Pease was being a bitch.
Yeah, I told her you were not here.
There's only 3 places.
I
Oh, I
knew
wasn't.
that. But I thought you were just
I
sitting
know.
at your desk watching TikToks, pretending to not be here.
No, I actually wasn't there. I don't know. Sometimes my mute doesn't work. I should use the Discord mute.
Probably. Bill's fucking. What's happening?
I got a snowball. I
You
can't wait
need
to ice
Who wants
sculpt
to go
with you
fishing
guys.
with me?
I'll fish.
I'm gonna do a fishing event if anybody wants to go fishing.
What do you use the snowballs for? Because I got 3 inches and I don't know.
You
what
have to do the ice sculpting thing so you can get the bench for it, and then we can make
The
like
ice
sculptures.
How the fuck do I do ice sculpting?
It's not ready yet, but there's a quest for it.
Is it that fucking like shit I've been doing, running around talking to fucking people about
Yeah.
shit? Oh yeah, I'm all caught up on that shit.
Okay. And then you just
I was
get
running around
snowballs
town today having
from.
people stamp my book.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I think I need 2 more.
Oh, I'll stamp your book for you.
Thanks.
Actually, no, fuck. I can't stamp your book because I don't have any. Well, if someone gives me food, I can stamp your book. I don't have
food.
any extra food on me right now.
That's a lie. He's is lying actively.
What do you mean I'm lying actively? I don't have any other
You
food
can't.
on me.
You can't stamp her book for her.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
people
that's a
stamp my
different
book today.
thing. That's a different thing. She's talking about the ice sculpting thing.
I'm talking about
friends.
like the fucking frostbite shit or whatever.
Yeah, the friends stamping it is for an emote.
Yeah, the frostbite shit. I can stamp her book.
Yeah, but you probably already did.
No, I don't think I stamped her book today.
You stamp my book. I guess.
Oh,
I didn't know you could do that.
interact
I don't
with
know what
each
you're talking
other.
about.
You're not on the book. Or you're not
Where
on the
are you,
boat.
Pumpkin? You started.
Sorry, I'm fishing.
You're Pumpkin. We're all here, ready to fish.
Okay, 1 second. I'm coming. I'm
Oh
coming.
my
I'm coming. I'm coming. Sorry. I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna take a lot longer. Not gonna lie.
Thanks.
Take your book out.
My book? How do I do that?
Open your bag. Like the
Bag.
book.
Book?
Yeah, it looks like a fucking penguin or some shit.
Oh! Open collection.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
He spent 30 energy helping you. Damn, that's crazy.
I'll help you.
Ooh,
Wait,
Yeah, that's why
ooh.
How do I get the book?
Who wants
I
to
don't-
stamp my book?
Please let me stamp the book, please. Yep.
I like how she's like, do it! Do it! Who wants to stamp my book?
Me.
Me.
Hell yeah! Let's go!
Right. Anyone got a piece of food that I can eat? I'm so hungry.
Yeah. Hold
Here,
on.
eat mine, eat mine, eat mine, eat mine!
Me.
Oh,
Aww.
we
How
picked
did
the
you
same
make
thing, Daddy.
that? Is that
You
gumbo?
buy the
No,
that's
it's
the
the
seafood
Can I-
risotto.
risotto. Looks actually really good.
I'm
Yeah,
good on
it
it now,
does.
Zilla. I don't wanna.
Thank
That's gonna
you.
be too much. It's
You
gonna
can
go
start
waste.
it, Pumpkin. We're all here.
Too much. I'm gonna throw up.
I'm going
I'm
full
a
up.
throw up. I throwed up.
Hold on.
All right. Bro, are you for real right now? I don't have any mermaids on me.
I have one or
I
3.
have 2.
I got 16.
Jesus.
You got 16?
Yeah.
How?
I can buy them.
All right. Damn, you're already that high of a fishing level?
I've been spending all my money
I could buy them
on
too, they're just
furniture.
expensive.
They're not that expensive. They could be
To
worse.
answer your title's question, no, I have future plans for this game. Oh yeah? What are your future plans? Dr. Potato Cat, I like your name.
It's a good name.
It's a good name. I like potatoes and I like cats.
I like potatoes.
Oh hell yeah.
Rainbow blessing.
I want that glowing blue one. Not you!
Bro literally stared at my bait and did nothing.
Sounds about right.
Hell yeah.
Can you guys come grab this, please?
Grab what?
I can't grab anything, I'm
No, the
fishing.
fish.
Oh.
Do you want me to throw another
This
mermaid
golden
thing
one.
down?
Oh my god,
No, that's
Mr.
alright.
Goldman, if you don't fucking grab this, I'm gonna be
Well,
very
that's what
upset.
I've been trying to do. This gold one will not.
There we
I have
go.
multi-stage
Fuck.
styles for
Scheisse,
my
man.
estate.
Trying to get that
Every
gold
3
one
plots
for
is an
every
expansion and change to how the compound will look.
What do you mean? Dude, he bit right away, man.
I want to see.
Oh, now they're not fucking biting. What the fuck's going
Ooh,
on?
I got a European lobster.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
No! Oh shit, I ran out of perfume.
Dang, so you're stinky?
Yeah.
You fuck with these.
Damn, dude, I wasn't even trying to go for the gold one. He just fucking sniped my shit.
Flying squid.
Sorry, I'm stealing your fish.
Ooh, I got the shiny gold blue one.
That's what I'm trying to get right now.
A rabbit fish. The fuck?
Rabbit fish?
This fish is in fact rabid.
Thank you for giving me energy. I was really low.
Yes!
Oh,
Nice.
I got some good fish.
I caught this one fish. It looks just like Mashy.
Crazy.
Hey, that's me. Hey. It's me. Oh, squid, 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 squid.
Octopus.
Octopussy.
I didn't get any records this time.
A lot. They kept fucking me.
But I'm the musician at sea? Oh, because he played an instrument at the beginning.
Yeah, he's playing the mayonnaise.
Can I get in your
Is
car?
mayonnaise an instrument?
Thank you.
So you're stuck with me again.
Yeah.
Um.
Again. No, this is familiar. Hey, can we stop by the vape shop at Sally's?
Now I'm gonna go to the liquor store.
Sally's the
Don't
fucking
worry, that's right next
beauty
door.
Yeah, the
I
beauty
can't believe
store.
we hit up 3 shops in one stop. That was pretty cool. I was not. I didn't know we were going to that little area, so that was nice. I got my orange hair dye, you guys.
Yay!
Matching
You live up
business.
here. No, you live right next.
I'm
to
right
me.
there. Yeah, I'm right there. Do you have flowers I can water?
That bike was
Yeah.
impenetrable. Oh, the tweet.
Whoa!
They're not bloomed yet.
That's okay. They don't need to be.
Okay.
No, I think I'm done with it. I have nothing else to do.
What are you doing?
I don't have a book.
Do you want to play Mubble?
What
Or
match?
Valorant?
I don't have a book.
Or-
Have you done the Frostcore investigation?
I thought we were playing
Magic?
friggin' Magic earlier. That's why I was still here.
Yeah.
What?
It was talk of magic, but I don't know.
Oh, no, we just were gonna open up packs.
Stamped, 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 stamped.
I
Yeah,
mentioned
everything
it
is
at one point.
stamped from the NPCs.
Oh, this was not your house.
Yeah. So
No.
when you did
No,
that
it's
with the
not.
NPCs, you could have either
Why would the fuck you
done
think
the
this
NPCs,
is my house?
or you can get
I don't
people
know.
in the world to also do it, so you don't have to
Oh,
see the
that's
chicken.
lame. I should have. Okay.
This man thinks I have a pink fucking.
do it. The only reason I figured it out is because I saw the item in my inventory and I noticed I could interact with it.
Okay.
I gotta put my squid in a tank.
What time is it?
Oh, my potatoes
10.
aren't done yet? Oh no, they are. There we go.
I might end for tonight.
I've been so fucking addicted to this game. It's like crack.
It's pretty rough. I don't know why I like it so much.
It's like a better Animal Crossing. Like I hated Animal Crossing, and I think it's because Animal Crossing is just basically single player. I mean, you can visit other people's islands, but like.
But that's it. You couldn't really interact.
This is way better.
Yeah.
For me, in my opinion.
A better Animal Crossing. Who said that? Peas.
Me.
Me, who has
Cruise
800
Miami.
hours in Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
No,
go
I
ahead. Cruise
agree with
Miami.
you.
Animal
Well,
Crossing.
Peas, why didn't you get into Stardew Valley?
Never played it with anyone.
Yo, I'm down
That's-
for questions.
Weed?
What?
Sorry, I was reading chat.
Shade? What, weed? What? Oh, do I not have to water these plants every time?
No.
I also think this game is way cuter than Stardew Valley.
Agreed. That was my biggest thing. I
well,
don't really
Stardew
care
Valley
for
is
pixels.
like-
Stardew Valley is mostly like a management farming game.
Yeah, I like this because it's not super in depth with all the crafting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Yeah, if I
Stardew
want to play a
because I
fun.
go to the mines for 8 hours a day.
Oh, real.
Mines, yearns for the mines.
I fucking love
If I
Stardew.
wanna
I
play
do
a farm
too.
management game, I'll go play Farming Simulator.
Your hate for
25.
pixel art makes me so
You were
mad. I yearn for the
really into
mines.
that game when it came out.
Dude, it was so good. I
What
hope they
game?
optimized it more. Farming Simulator
Farming
25.
Sim.
Oh. Yeah.
They had a, you can farm rice now. I gotta actually go back and play that game. I gotta work the
What
rice
if
paddy.
we did a Stardew Valley game? How many people can be in a Stardew Valley thing?
Unless there's
4?
mods.
That's it? 4?
Yeah, unless we get mods from more people.
I don't know if I'd be able to get into it though. This game has got me by the balls.
Yeah, we have to wait for this game to be over with, which we'll be done within about a week. I'm putting my money on that.
I don't know, dude.
Maybe
I
you
made
guys, but I'm
invest
gonna
in this
I'm
game.
gonna keep playing.
Mashie, your opinion about what you'll be into in a week? No. Because you'll be
Well,
super into it and then you'll just be dead. You'll be sick.
I
of
was super into Nikki for like months.
Man,
And
she
then-
will keep each other dedicated. My $100 has to
Thanks.
get paid off.
it. Jesus.
I needed the gold car, and the $100 was the best way to do it.
Damn, my best picture is the one with the star in Arctic's face, and that's making me really upset. Bother.
Okay, I'm back.
My best picture is the one with me, my balls in Zilla's mouth.
That's
I'm sorry?
That's true. That is the
The
best
star
one.
looks like an X in the picture that I don't want to be there anymore, but I want to subtly not put them in it.
I
Just
need
edit
another
it in
picture.
Photoshop.
Yeah, and you just put a little sparkle over their face so you don't know who they are. My mom did that to a lot of my pictures.
I can't get
Oh,
it.
this is so time.
Oh, to change the picture, it costs a star? Fuck that.
Is it?
Yeah, it does. To change the picture, my picture frame. I'll just get a new picture frame. Because I like the one that's there.
I need to
My
get
first
the-
picture I ever took was of me and Joker.
Where do I
Not you and
picture
Sugar. Where do I get more picture frames?
Ka-ching? No.
That's where I would just cut the pictures off.
Actually, don't
Yes.
remember.
I forgot to turn on my.
Stardew Valley can have 8 players at once without mods since it's big update. Oh.
Oh, they had a big
Mm,
update then. I didn't know that.
What if we all just played Farming Simulator 25, though?
Because I don't like it.
It was so funny. Teaching Mashie and Joker how to play the fucking, I can't remember which Farming Simulator it was.
Oh,
I don't know why.
gosh.
You guys wanted to play it. I was so surprised.
I wanted to
Oh, those are
try
just
it.
regular Converse. Cute!
Oh yeah, they got
let's
fucking
do
Converse in the store. I picked up like 3 pairs.
I only have 1 pair. Only one of them. They just gave me.
God, I spent like 40,000 fucking gold
Those
on
Those aren't
cosmetics today.
Converse. Those are more like Vans. I got Vans in the shop. Zilla.
Oh,
Blue, black, and
sick.
brown.
Ka-ching,
They're
so
called British sneakers. Excuse you? What are they? Why are these British?
pumpkin.
Huh?
Ka-ching sells picture frames.
Oh, okay.
I knew I was correct. I was just questioning myself.
Cha-ching.
Fucking
Don't question
snot
yourself,
things.
Mashie.
I'm not getting rid of my Doc Martens though. I like my.
I gotta
Docs
find a
way
good
too
picture
much.
to put on the wall.
You can put me on the wall. I'm a picture of me on the wall.
That would be pretty funny. Funny looking. Where's Ka-ching? There you are.
Medium
That's a
photo.
good one.
100
Yeah.
stars for a medium photo frame.
Are you shitting me?
That's insane.
That's.
You get stars from doing your dailies though too, don't you?
Oh, I mean, I do have a lot of stars, but fuck. I can't even buy a picture frame yet.
I only have 100.
I can buy another puzzle. What's the point of the puzzles? For fun? Like,
They help you with your dream quests.
what's a warehouse? What's my warehouse? I actually put some seeds in there, and I don't know how to.
That's your house. Like you go into your house inventory.
Oh.
And open your backpack.
Open your
There's another
backpack.
tab.
What? Oh my god.
I only use mine for like furniture that I like don't need to carry with me.
Oh. See, I sell all my extra furniture.
Don't sell it because you can give people it for quests, and then they give you money that way.
If she remembers she has the furniture in her storage.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Hello, little bunny.
Pumpkin, check out the
I
new
know.
wheel.
Where are you?
A honey separator? What
Look
is this?
at you! Cute.
A what
Where's the bunny?
separator?
Can you see the bunny
A
on the
honey
screen?
separator?
Yeah, come to my house.
Me?
Weren't you talking about a honey separator when I joined?
You have to ask Alex because he's using the heater in the
Honey
living
separator?
room.
You mean a divorce lawyer?
You can play your phone in the living room where it's warm.
A honey separator?
Yeah, honey separator.
No, Pumpkin! That was so stupid. I'm separating from my honey. You honey separator.
Oh, cute. That's what I was trying to do, but it wanted me to charge a whole star. That's cute, though. Damn, I wish it wasn't so fucking blurry.
Yeah.
Would you take this picture with the fucking 1990s
Ash
fucking...
slinging slasher.
I think it's
No,
just
actually,
because
those picture qualities are actually way better.
it's just because it's blown up.
Yeah. And it acts like it don't know nobody. I love it. You can click on it. There we go. Cute! Precious.
Finally got something to put on that fucking wall.
I love it.
It is time to go sell all of the ratatouille I made.
Ratatouille.
Rat-tat-touille.
Rat tat 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 tat.
Oh, these are my honey jars. Did you see my honey jars?
Let me see your honey jars.
Don't lie, those jars are filled with cum.
Where the fuck are they? Oh, cute! Are they stacked like that, or is that the whole item?
That's just the whole item.
I can't. Oh. Toast.
Does one even get honey for the honey separator? I've not gotten honey yet.
What are you
I don't
talking
think
about,
that's
Sugar?
just a decoration, isn't it?
Oh, I have no idea. I asked if it
Oh,
was
I can't
fun.
play the loot? Fuck.
Hold on, then I'm gonna come over and look at what you're talking about.
I'm covered in hearts.
Oh, I haven't made it. in
Yeah,
order
it's
to use the phone.
Is it the crates with honey in it?
No, it's like an actual
Yeah,
like
I want us to be able. Oh wait, hold on.
device.
Wait.
It's like an actual device.
Oh,
put
it's
this
a
on here so we can take a picture
device?
of it.
What?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see. Show your
I
screen.
didn't make it. Oh, well, hold on. I'm getting big old trees over here. Chopping them down.
Big old trees.
I need to for my bushes.
Yeah. Make it extra bushy.
Oh.
Exactly. Dude, I need so many fucking plants for my house. I've been getting so many fucking
Oh!
What?
I got cargo pants!
She got cargo
Cargo
pants.
room.
Mako, hi,
These are the
Mako.
cargo pants I wanted from the explorer lady. This is awesome. I'm living my dream. Woof woof! Why?
Woof woof.
I'm
My
finally-
cat has now discovered my hot water bottle now. She refuses to leave my lap.
Oh, hot.
She,
Oh my god.
Mushy, could I come show you something? I won't stay for too long so you could finish what you're doing. Yeah, my password is MOOSH.
Damn. Okay, there we go. That's fine. I'm gonna... No, I want my cargo pants.
And my password.
Oh my
is
god.
for you.
Are you ready for this? I'm a lesbian.
We knew that.
Only for me.
I don't know.
I'm not a lesbian piece. That's not me. That's...
Dude,
She
put
likes
you in a
cock
room
too
with
much.
Mashy and the lights off.
Oh. Okay, well...
You guys will find a way to make a baby.
That's crazy.
You acknowledged that it was crazy, but you didn't say no.
Look at me.
Why would I?
I don't look like a femboy anymore. I just look like a lesbian. Ah! What happened?
Move some
Does
stuff
it
around in
still
my
make
house.
you a lesbian
Oh.
if you're fine with a girl doing stuff to you, but you don't want to do stuff to a girl?
That's called something that starts with an R.
Wait, come back.
No,
What?
like that's not
What?
what-
No.
Not even close.
Maybe I misunderstood the statement.
I
But
think
Yeah,
you
try to
did.
repeat
stuff
yourself.
with them?
I said,
But
does
you-
it still make you a lesbian if you're fine with a girl doing stuff to you, but you don't
Oh,
wanna
you're
do
fine.
stuff
I
to
missed
her?
that part. I'm sorry.
Oh.
God.
Wow,
I
it's
didn't hear that part.
beautiful.
Somebody's doing something to you,
I
and
love
you don't want to do
it.
something to them.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you what that was.
Any
Do you
criticism?
remember
I
what
feel like
looked
you
up
should
for that
add
video
like, is this a
of the
beach
guy
right here?
who's talking to AI to shoot him? And then he's
I
the
feel like
robot
you
talking
should
to
add
AI.
a little like
Yeah.
fish
Have you seen that?
shadows and
Yeah. Coincidentally, I
just
already
like
have
little
YouTube up.
details.
You will die on that Arctic.
So is
because
anyone gonna
that's-
answer my question? Because
I don't know what that's
exactly
called. I
ready
have no
to
idea.
answer
No,
I
it's a
don't
really
know.
good question.
You don't
I
want to
feel,
eat pussy, but you don't mind if a girl eats your pussy? I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just bi non-reciprocating. I don't know. Like,
that.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
so
God.
curious.
Not another title. Fuck me, man.
Not another one.
Not another one. I don't mind if a girl kisses me. I just don't want to kiss them back. What the fuck?
well, like
It
it's
just
because
sounds
like
like
it's
you're
still a
horny,
woman,
but
it's
you
still-
don't want to have the lights on.
That still makes you a lesbian.
Yeah, it just
Does it make me
Lesbian
gay if a dude blows
0.5.
me but I don't blow him? Yes, it makes me gay.
Is it
No, it's
I
a
have this
serious
outfit in
question
real life.
because I used to be in
woman
a polyamorous
receiver, man
relationship.
giver.
When I was doing stuff to the girl, I was like, I'm not really into this. But then when they were doing stuff to me, I was like, I don't mind this. This is nice.
Because it
Wow.
feels
Really
good.
I'm curious. on
Crap,
what
my
that makes a
game
person.
crashed. Oh
So what if you do it
no!
at the same time? Is it okay then?
No, I wouldn't like it.
But like, would you be thinking about it if you're like feeling so good? Like, would the thought even cross your
I
mind?
like your
If-
art though.
if we
I
were
like it a
both doing
lot.
something at the same time, I'd probably stop so I can enjoy it.
Yeah,
You're so
that's a
greedy,
real
Sugar.
answer.
You're so greedy.
She just wants princess treatment.
Yeah, basically.
That's true.
No, she's just princess. Okay, got it.
I still don't think.
I also got a call on Discord, so I didn't hear what you said.
You're lesbian.
I said you should add a little more details, like in the water and on the sand. I think that would be cute.
Homeboy.
No.
But I like it.
It's too safe to get back.
Oh. Damn it!
Matchy took her bike back.
Bitch! I wanted to ride on the back of it!
What do you mean? Every time I recall my car, the bike goes away. I'm sorry.
That's so fucking rude. Doesn't love me.
I do love you, but I need my car.
I need more fucking stars. That's what I need. I need more cars. I want to buy stuff.
I was bored gathering truffles, so I thought I had to do that instead of AFK. Yeah.
I'm here,
Does
Junior.
it make me gay if a
You're
dude blows me,
welcome.
but I don't blow him? Yes, it makes me gay. No, it just makes you Roman.
Hey.
Nobody's gonna get that joke. It's fine.
Why can I not steal the bike now?
No one's gonna get this joke about history. No one knows history.
Me.
It's okay. The people who do get it are my homies.
Pumpkin,
Riley
I
gets it,
got
and that's
that
all
joke.
matters. Did
Yeah,
you?
everyone got that joke.
Oh.
I'm not
Okay,
Pumpkin,
good. I'm
homie.
glad you guys all got it.
I'm not.
You never mind, Pumpkin. I got. Never mind. I don't know that joke. We aren't. We ain't homies. I'm unfriending you on Discord.
No, you're not.
Fucking watch me.
No balls.
You're gonna add them back tomorrow.
No.
I don't like history.
Well, I don't like my history, but I like world history.
Yeah, I like world history.
I just
My
got so
history is
tired of-
boring.
Of
What do you
hearing
like again,
about.
Sugar? You know a lot about something. I just can't remember.
Words.
Let me see you, lesbian.
See, it's not that important because
Pumpkin.
you don't even remember what it is that
Come
I
in-
know.
No,
come-
she knows a lot
Pumpkin.
about language. She
Pumpkin.
was gonna be a
Pumpkin.
teacher for
Because
what?
fucking
What?
this is
What?
my second time
What?
Let
talking
me
to you
see
in,
your
like, I don't know how many
pants.
months.
Yeah.
Look at my pants.
Yeah.
I literally have these
Honestly,
pants
I
in
don't
real
even
life.
know
I
what
have
I
this
know
outfit in
about.
real life.
That's
I
really
am
funny.
a butch. Not even kidding. I have these pants in green, brown, and black.
Beautiful.
Come here.
And she wonders why the ladies hit on her.
Yeah, no.
No,
it's
she
okay.
doesn't wonder. She knows.
I know. I'm aware, but it's comfortable. Men's clothes are so much more comfortable than women's clothes, except for skirts. I do like my skater skirts. It's okay. I can
You
do both.
obviously haven't wore a men's banana hammock. Them shits ain't comfortable.
No, I'm good. No, but I wear thongs. Does that
Yeah,
count?
but it's something about having the straps go all the way to the shoulders that just.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Overalls for your dick. My history is mostly British. We don't want to go over that history. We all fucking know your history.
Not me.
Not me.
They just colonized everything. That's the history.
Yeah, but there's
Mhm.
probably other shit too. I'm sure we didn't learn like a shitload of their history because we're not there. So.
Well, we also probably purposely didn't focus on their more modern history because we
All I
didn't wanna
remember
care
about
anymore.
history is that people killed people. People
Oh my
blew up
god, you're
bombs.
looking at the boring shit. I'm talking about the cool
That's the shit. That's the shit that we were taught. Bombs
Well, yeah, you have
happened,
to look at
people
other
died,
stuff.
People shoot people, and I was like, all right, I'm over this.
Oh,
And then they're
like
like,
that
you're gonna
and
the,
remember, it's on this specific date. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
no, I hate dates. I like
was like,
I don't like
destinations
dates.
more.
I like that the EU has a lot of consumer protections and consumer rights.
That's
That's
pretty
pretty
cool. I wish we had more of that here, not gonna lie.
Maybe Peas would get
And
his
data
money back.
privacy.
And they who was it? Was it Denmark or Sweden? The first AI law. They put in a law for you own your own face, you own your own like existence. So if AI uses you, they can get in trouble.
Interesting, yeah.
AI can use
the
me.
fuck up.
I'm gonna poison it from the inside.
That was genuine!
Damn, it didn't sound like it.
It was, I'm
Interesting.
sorry. I'm tired, I'm sorry.
There was the second that was like, alright.
when
Alright.
it comes to AI, I'm in the middle ground. I neither hate it or like it.
It can be used in good stuff.
Exactly. That's
Like
why when people
AI
talk about it, I'm like,
in like Grammarly is pretty fucking grand.
great tool.
Great tool. Useful.
Why? Where is this puzzle? Why can't I sell
There's
it?
a difference between regular AI and generative AI.
Yeah.
That-
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't like
the big
generative
thing.
AI.
We like the one that takes jobs. This is a
Yeah,
joke.
I don't want a
This is
job
a joke.
anymore. Give
Oh
them to the
my
robots. Give them to the
God.
fucking.
No, what you do is you do as minimal work as possible that you need to do, and you feed it to the AI, and it organizes it for you, and you take it, and you're like, here, boss, here's what you need. And the boss is like, wow, you did a wonderful job. And then you're just like, thank you.
You give your boss an AI robot to teach him how to save a PDF.
But that's basically what you do.
I use AI and say, hey, can you make my email sound more professional?
Grammarly!
Exactly. What? There's
I had
so many useful things
a
for AI.
class in college where the teacher was like, I know you
Where's
didn't
my
run this
fucking
through
dog?
Grammarly first. Do that first
Oh,
and then give it to me.
sorry.
Like,
I didn't realize you were
was
still in my
required to run
car.
it through Grammarly before we gave it to
It's
him.
okay.
Where's my dog? Cruella DeVille, where the fuck did you go?
Photo bombing.
No, that's Mashi's dog.
Floorfish.
Boarfish. I was gonna say blowfish, but
Wow, you don't have
Yeah,
any
that
pictures
too.
of me in here?
Where?
In your house.
Because I can't get one. I was gonna get
another picture frame.
I was gonna put our photo that we just got, but it was gonna charge me for it. And I'm like, fuck, I'll just go get another painting. I was gonna get a bigger painting, like the one in Zilla's house, and have that above my bed, because it'll be the first thing you see.
I don't have pictures of anyone other than Sarah.
That's
Myself.
fair.
Fuck is my dog?
I got the whole gang.
I was gonna put in the picture frame,
It's probably on the roof.
that picture we took on the bench mashie, but
It's on the roof.
I look like
Oh.
a fucking drug addict in that picture.
Good.
Like straight up. I don't know why. It was like the ginger hair and the fucking, I don't know, just looked real rough.
What happens if you run out of energy?
You just are
You feel
slow.
really fucking slow. It sucks.
Like if your energy goes to 0, like have
Yeah.
You're
anyone got down to
uncomfortable
0?
with me petting you, bitch. Take a bath.
Bitch, take a bath.
That's so me at Sarah.
Scylla can pet me.
God,
Says
he's just
Arctic.
another Cox. God damn.
Don't you love it?
No!
Why?
You have enough.
I'm sorry, I'm just a fucking homie.
You're saying
I'm just a
fucking
real fucking G.
I'm just a homo.
I'm just a real fucking homo.
Yeah, what's it to you? What if I am?
Same.
You are. You were talking about how
are.
all the men in your life want to kiss you
Hi,
today.
Pete.
That was a
Hi.
topic of conversation in the car today.
Remember, it's the redheaded
Just see the golden car, and I'm like, oh, that's peace.
Yep, that's me. I was playing yesterday and I was just like doing shit. I went over to the furniture store to look at some furniture, and then I get a ping from a Discord, and then they're like, you know, Peas is in your server when you see this car, and it was my car parked in front of the furniture store.
Oh, this little deer's stuck. You want me to
How
feed
much did you pay for that, by the way? I'm curious. Don't make me do the math, because I will do the math for my curiosity.
It's around $50.
God, Jesus fuck.
But hey, if you want to be unique, I haven't
Pumpkin
seen
tried to
anyone
steal
else
the
with
car,
one yet.
but it was just stuck in front of the store. I did try to get in the car, but it was stuck.
What was I
Alright,
doing?
Koala, will you let me pet you now? You're clean. Thank you, for the love of Christ. Stupid dog.
Chichi girl,
What do you mean you're too hungry? Your shit's fucking full. You're gonna eat these fucking sticks and like it.
Get me my money.
Hello, little
You're
dear.
gonna eat
Don't worry.
sticks, fucking like it.
Oh no, are you Bambi's mom? You're not gonna like the end of the story. It's a deer.
It's more like the middle of the story.
It's more like the beginning of the story.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
It's more like 5 seconds into the story, and I said, "Why is she so? Why is Bambi so sad?"
Yeah, what
Because I
happened?
couldn't understand the concept of death.
Yeah, as a kid, I didn't really understand either.
Simba, why are you so sad? He's just taking a nap.
He's just eepy.
He's just sleeping.
That's so sad.
confused. Literally had no idea why he was crying. Just let the
He's
man
smiling
sleep.
about-
He's tired.
Huh?
What?
What are you
I
smiling
can't
about?
smile?
Yeah, you tell me the same thing.
Not allowed to smile.
No.
Damn.
You guys are like that old couple with the pitchfork and the fucking.
We're like the old couple with the pitchfork. That's what
American
Peace
Sorry?
said.
Yeah, American
That's what that
Gothic.
picture's called.
Oh, I said that too. That's sad.
Thanks.
You fuck ass deer, stop
No.
sizing me up, you piece of shit. I'll turn you into fucking stew.
You wonder why the deer is sizing you up.
There we go, you listen. What a good little deer. physical threat. It's okay.
You should use that on one of your coworkers at
What?
Walmart.
Oh.
I'll
I
use
will
it on
turn you
Zilla.
into steak. It doesn't count.
Oh,
Yay!
okay.
Use it on Mark.
No.
Yay!
He's not Mark.
Oh god.
He's in there. He cried.
He did not cry to get in.
He did.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
When's Shizzle gonna hop on this game? Never?
No, I don't
When
think
you're
so.
Done fucking the AI in Where Winds Meet.
That's crazy.
You can't do that.
I said some pretty nasty things in that game.
Did you?
I convinced a man to take his pants off.
Pumpkin, are you gonna write fan fiction when you get the desk writing?
Yes, I am.
I can't
am,
wait to
actually.
read
I've been
it.
waiting. Yeah, I am. I actually really am gonna write.
I think it's DG
You're gonna write fan
level.
fiction about the characters in the game.
My friends.
Oh. Oh.
Please don't tell me I'm a character.
Can I be
in one of
first?
these
Oh, you'll be
fucking-
one of them.
Oh Jesus.
You already know it's gonna be me and you, please.
DG
I like
level.
that I now
Yeah. Yeah, that's real. She probably goes to bed and has dreams of us
Are
kissing.
you following me? Get out of here, Zilla.
Hey.
Why are you following me?
When you're laying in bed, do you have dreams about us kissing? That's how it starts.
No, but I go to sleep thinking about you guys kissing.
Oh my god.
Gotta be honest. Never had a dream about you guys.
Same.
Aw,
Same.
I have dreams about my friends all the time.
Also, to be fair,
Not always
I
kissing.
almost never remember my dreams anyway, so.
That's fair.
He doesn't love us.
Get
he's just
out of here,
pretending.
you stalker! You
Fucking-
can't have my pants!
I
Go
don't. I have
away!
no pants. I have them.
Get out of here!
I have those pants. No.
Stop stealing my wardrobe! You want to be me so bad. Fuck off.
No, I'm trying to see if you want to fucking play Marvel.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Good night.
We've been on this game all day, Maggie.
Yeah. No. I actually left the game.
Oh, you bitch.
What? What?
Fuck ass bitch.
I-
Play Valorant takes 2 hours to get on Valorant.
Yeah, I was making my greenhouse.
You're the one that mentioned Valorant.
That's
It
true.
was you.
Yeah, and then we met some nice gay boys.
They were awesome. I miss them. I love them so
I
much. Good
miss
night, gay
them.
boys.
Good night, gay boys.
They fucking cut him off immediately.
I'm sorry we can't play
I've been here for
Valorant.
5 days. Zilla has ended my dream 8 times.
That's how. God, how many? I guess
Okay,
that's
chat. I'm gonna
Or
end
sit,
stream.
Just sleep.
I'm gonna end stream, everyone. I'm gonna find someone to raid. I promise I'll play something else soon. I'll play a different game soon. I promise. I've been thinking about Lost Records lately. I really want to finish that game. I've just been on the grind, you know. On the Heartopia grind. I'm trying to get Shadow. Uh.
I
Goddamn.
got a 6-player table.
I was
think.
trying to fucking change your category. Did it work?
I don't think I
Pumpkin
have
and
that
Zilla
set
doesn't
up.
wanna- Pumpkin and Zilla doesn't want to play.
I fucking changed my own category.
You're right, because you're gonna play some
Fucking-
fuck ass Hydra bitch.
I mean, it can't be as bad as what I've been playing lately.
Dude.
My deck is
I'll just
even
fucking
that
play
good.
rats and you guys can kill me first, and then I'll go back to Marvel.
My deck isn't even that good. It's just pretty big boys.
Pretty
Yeah.
big boys.
Yeah. You guys play. Zilla and I are gonna play like maybe 1 or 2 games. They'll go.
No, I
quick,
only
you know.
have time for one game.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm ending. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find someone to raid.
What are we doing?
My bike is stuck. The fuck?
Let's see. Let's see.
Okay. Do you wanna play a game of Magic and then play
Chat.
Marvel?
That's fun.
Damn,
Okay.
that sounded so sad.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Why did this? That didn't do what I wanted it to do. No, exit the game. What are you doing? Exit the fuck ass game.
What
Oh,
is
there we
12
go.
times 5?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 60. Got you,
Yeah.
babe.
Okay.
Is it 60? Well, I'm sorry, 12 times 5 is 60? That's crazy.
Yes. Count on your hands.
No.
It's
I don't
really
wanna
not
do
that
math
hard.
right now.
Shut up, mathematician.
I don't wanna
I'm
do math
normal.
right now.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Hi, I'm normal.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I'm
Where the
normal.
fuck is tabletop? There you are.
I'm normal now.
Arctic, if you fucking got tabletop simulator, you could play Magic with us.
All right, this is my last jam.
This bitch is still
Jammy jam.
fucking playing.
Okay. Bye bye,
I
everyone.
said I would be done
night,
after
Bye,
doing
Moshi.
my
Good
jam.
night.